time for Arkansas Travelers Baseball. Brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ICT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. Now, let's head to the ballpark for the ICT Tech pregame show. Here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Bill Elson.
Live from Tulsa, Oklahoma, Arkansas Traveler Baseball is on the air. Hello again, everybody, and a very pleasant good evening to you. Welcome to Driller Stadium in Tulsa, as tonight minor league baseball and the Texas League present the Arkansas Travelers and the Tulsa Drillers in Game 3 of a 5-game series. You are tuned in to the Travs Radio broadcast. Bill Elson with you on the ITT Technical Institute pregame show. Thanks for tuning in tonight on Air America, Little Rock 1380, KDXE, and minorleaguebaseball.com. Travs in the throes of their best stretch of the season. They won 2 in a row and picked up wins in 8 of their last 11 games. Last night, the Travs were handed 4 unearned runs in the 5th innings. The Drillers committed 3 errors. Arkansas goes on for a 6-3 victory behind 8 strong innings from Nick Green as he wins his 5th of 6 decisions. The Travs have now beaten Tulsa in 7 of their last 11 meetings after the Drillers had won 9 of the first 10 games between these division rivals. Travelers have come in now with 14 wins and 12 losses here in the second half of the season. Good for first place by 1 game over Wichita. The Tulsa Drillers, however, who won the first half here in the North Division, have really slumped in the second half. They're 9-16. They've lost 8 straight home games, which is their longest losing streak at home in over 20 years. The Drillers' 9-16 record is good for last in the North. They're 4.5 games in back of the Travs. Starting on the mound today for the Travelers is right-hander Jose Arredondo. He will be making his 4th appearance as a Double-A starting pitcher. He's won 2 games, lost none, with a 3.32 ERA. It'll be his first matchup against the Drillers, who will send right-hander Steven Register to the hill for his 19th start of the year. Register has had a struggle this season. He's picked up just 2 wins, losing 7 with a 4.90 earned run average. His last win did come at the expense of the Travs on July the 3rd. Another hot one here in Oklahoma. Feels like 112 degrees with the humidity and the heat index. It's the hottest day of the baseball season so far for the Travs, and certainly they've been playing their best baseball as well as they look to win their 3rd in a row here at Tulsa. Coming up next on the ITT Tech pregame show, we'll sit down and see what's going on around the Texas League tonight, and the Ag-Pro Farm Report with news from around the Angels organization. That's right after this break on Air America, Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
It takes teamwork to be able to reach new goals in today's complex business environment. Each one of us should strive to be a step ahead and know how to compete in a rapidly changing world. The ITT Tech School of Business is about helping people prepare for the challenges of a competitive world. ITT Technical Institute School of Business. Education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headache, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Ashbury, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
Use directed.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
15 minutes away from first pitch at Driller Stadium at the corner of 15th and Yale here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. This is Bill Elson on the ITT Technical Institute pregame show. Game 3 of the series coming up. Your potential can increase with a degree, and you can create your own career path with a degree from ITT Tech in Little Rock. For details, go to www.itt-tech.edu. Talk about blowouts. There were 2 big blowouts in the Texas League yesterday, with Wichita handing Springfield an 11-1 defeat. And conversely, there was an 11-0 game with San Antonio shutting out Frisco 11-0. Wichita got revenge after the Cardinals hammered the Wranglers the day before 16-1. This time it was Wichita getting ahead early, scoring 6 runs in the first couple of innings, with Alex Gordon blasting a 2-run homer. It would be his 14th of the season, finished with 3 RBIs. D. Brown also drove in 3 runs. Wranglers got a home run from shortstop Angel Sanchez, his 4th of the season. Check out the pitching line for Springfield right-hander Jordan Powell, who suffered his 4th loss of the year. Gave up 11 runs on 12 hits in 3 1/3 innings. Zach Greinke gave up just a run in 7 innings for his 4th win. So we'll look at the North Division standings, with the Travelers winning yesterday at 14-12, 1 game better than 13-13 Wichita. Springfield coming up at 3rd place at 12-14, 2 games back, and the Trav opponent Tulsa 9-16, 4.5 games out of 1st. That 11-0 win for San Antonio, 14 hits for the Missions, only 6 for Frisco. Vladimir Valentin, the all-star right fielder of the Missions, finishing 2 for 4 with his 17th home run. It was a 3-run shot in the 3rd inning off losing pitcher Daniel Haywood, and Valentin now with those 17 homers is 4th in the Texas League. Haywood lasted only 3 innings, giving up 6 runs on 6 base hits, losing his debut with the Missions. Meanwhile, Ryan Fearben went 7 innings, shutting out the Frisco Rough Riders on 4 base hits, struck out 5, goes to 7-7. Elsewhere in the Texas League South Division yesterday, Corpus Christi lost for the 2nd straight time, knocking them out of 1st place. Midland beating the Hooks by a 5-1 final score. Kevin Olson picking up his 2nd Texas League victory, shutting out Corpus Christi over 7 innings, giving up only 2 base hits. Rockhounds yesterday made the most of their 9 base hits in the ball game. 2 for 4 was Matt Allegra, who's come on recently. Allegra scored a couple of runs and also hit his 11th home run of the year. So San Antonio leapfrogs over Corpus Christi in the South Division to 1st place by themselves. The Missions at 16-10, 1 game up on the Hooks. Midland 14-11, they're a game and a half up, and the Frisco Rough Riders at 10-16 are 6 games up. News coming out of Whataburger Field today: the Hooks losing the top starting pitcher in the Texas League through a promotion to the Houston Astros. Sugarland native Matt Albers has gone 10-2 for Corpus Christi with the league's lowest ERA at 2.17. He held the lowest ERA in the league by over a full run. No other pitcher in the league has won 10 games. Albers gets the call to the majors today and will be joining the Astros bullpen for the time being. The Hooks have not received word on who will be taking Albers' place on their roster. Games tonight, all starting 7 o'clock around the league. Wichita hosts Springfield as the Cardinals look to get back after losing by 10 runs yesterday. Springfield has lefty Eric Haberer looking to improve on a 1-1 record. Neil Musser, another left-hander pitching for the Wranglers, he is 4-1. San Antonio hosts Frisco, 7:05 first pitch. Travis Chick, who's been very good this year in the Mariners system, looks for his 2nd win at Double-A. Andy Walker pitching for Frisco, a record of 3-4. The Hooks looking to rebound. Corpus has lost 7 of 10 games. They'll have Chad Reineke making his first start at Double-A against David Bradley of Midland, who comes in 5-8. We'll keep you updated on the Texas League games as we get throughout the broadcast today on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. Checking out what's going on with the Angels on the AgPro Farm Report. The Angels take on the Kansas City Royals today after having their 8-game winning streak snapped yesterday. The Angels send Irvin Santana to the hill against former Wichita left-hander Jimmy Gobble. Santana has won his last 7 starts. He is 11-3 with a 3.88 earned run average, and starts a 4-game series for the Angels at Kauffman Stadium. Halos are 48-46 in 2nd place, tied with Texas, 1.5 games in back of 1st place Oakland. Down into the minor league phase of the AgPro Farm Report. Yesterday, Dallas McPherson struck out 5 times in a 7-6 win for Salt Lake over the Fresno Grizzlies. McPherson did chip in with an RBI double, but it finished 1 for 6 with those 5 strikeouts there, the platinum sombrero for Dallas McPherson. Meanwhile, Jeff Mathis had a big game, finishing 4 for 6, cracking a couple of doubles and driving in 2. Chris Buchek picking up the win in relief with 3 shutout innings. Meanwhile, Rancho Cucamonga was handed a 13-7 defeat in the California League by Stockton. Sean Rodriguez, the starting shortstop for the Quakes, finishing 3 for 5 with a double, a triple, and his 20th home run of the season. Rodriguez is only 21 years old. He was a third-round pick of the Angels 3 years ago and certainly looks to supplant Brandon Wood when Wood takes over with Team USA in mid-August. He'll be leaving the team for a couple of weeks, and hopefully we'll see Sean Rodriguez in the Travelers lineup. Orem yesterday, after Cedar Rapids didn't play in the Midwest League, Orem was a loser to Missoula by a 5-4 final score, and the Arizona League Angels were off yesterday. That's the AgPro Farm Report with news from around the Angels organization, brought to you by AgPro of Central Arkansas. They're located in Pine Bluff, Maumelle, Stuttgart, and England. AgPro is proud to feature outstanding John Deere products. You can sign up for a demo of some of John Deere's best equipment online at agprocompanies.com. We'll have the starting lineups for you next on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better, all because two great companies that you know and trust have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most, yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and SBC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with products and services to keep you connected to work, home, to life. Introducing the new AT&T, your world delivered.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not know, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Quitting smoking is hard, and it's even harder to do it alone. The good news is there is help. Just call the SOS Quit line. 1-866-NOW-QUIT. They'll give you the information and program you need to get free of tobacco. And the service is free, too. Try it. Call 1-866-NOW-QUIT and start to get free. I promise, it's a great feeling. 1-866-NOW-QUIT. Call today.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at Driller Stadium, where we've got the exchange of the starting lineups at the plate. Get you the starting lineups as well as the Travelers take on the Drillers in Game 3. Well, this 5-game series, Traps have won the first 2 games, winning yesterday 6-3 and picking up the Tuesday victory 7-2. Starting lineup for the Colorado Rockies AA affiliate, Tulsa Drillers, 9-16 record in the second half, 50-45 overall. They'll have shortstop Troy Tulowitzki leading off. Seth Smith batting second, playing left field. Hitting third is third baseman Ian Stewart, while Joe Koshansky handles the cleanup duties to be at first base. Joe Gaetti bats fifth. He's in right field. Christian Colonel in the sixth spot will be the DH. Jordan Zarnicki bats seventh. He's starting in center, with Alvin Colina batting eighth and catching. Rounding out the starting 9 is second baseman Doug Bernier. Arkansas Travelers are the AA affiliate of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. 14-12 record in the second half. First place by a game over Wichita, 38-58 overall. Tonight it is Nathan Haynes leading off, position in right field. Batting second is left fielder Aaron Peel. Brandon Wood batting third at shortstop, while the reigning Texas League Player of the Week, Matt Brown, cleans up and is playing at third base. Greg Porter bats fifth tonight. He'll be playing at first base with Bobby Wilson at DH. Wilson will be batting sixth. Brent Del Chiaro in the seventh spot is catching, with Dwayne Bacon starting in center field batting eighth. Eric Rodlin bats ninth. He'll be at second base. You'll notice that Terry Evans is out of the lineup. Evans just getting a regular day off. It's been a while since he had that. Looking at our starting pitching matchup, Travelers send young right-hander Jose Arredondo for his fourth AA start. Arredondo came to the Traps After posting 5 wins and 6 losses at Single-A Rancho Cucamonga, but had the second lowest California League ERA at 2.30 and led that league with 115 strikeouts. Arredondo threw a 9-inning complete game shutout, a 5-hitter at Wichita in his debut of the Travs this year. He picked up a victory over Corpus last time out, 6-4. Arredondo 2-0, a 3.32 ERA, 22 years old, out of the Dominican Republic in just his second full season as a pitcher, converted from shortstop after spending his first 3 seasons in the low levels of the minors as a shortstop with the Angels. Steven Register takes the hill for the Drillers. He's also young, just 22 years old, making his 19th start of the year. 2-7 record for Register with a 4.90 ERA. We've got the first pitch coming up next on Air America Little Rock 1380.
Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Apollo 13. Great films known for their award-winning special effects. To create the magic, Hollywood hires companies like Industrial Light and Magic. Industrial Light and Magic hires imaginative people like Aaron Fowl. Before he was a master of special effects, he was a media communications student at Webster University in St. Louis, where his talent took off. Today, he inspires the imagination at DreamWorks FKG. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge, for real-world success. Want to buy a new car? Take a dream vacation, remodel your home, or finance just about anything? You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000.
Conservatives love to say that big government doesn't work.
Then they get elected and prove it.
We're Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE, North Little Rock.
Okay, here you go. The perfect house. So you ready to put in a bid? A what? It's a pretty tight market, and I'd really hate to see you lose out.
It's the first house you've shown us.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Now working with the Century 21 agent. Century 21 agents pledge to keep showing you properties until you're satisfied. Only Century 21 agents offer the Century 21 service pledge to help reduce the stress of buying real estate. Century21.com. Real estate for your world.
The Century 21 pledge is offered by participating officers. Each officer is independently owned and operated.
When good spark plugs go fast, even a drive in the country is in jeopardy.
Hey, spark plugs, let the captain know there's some performance anxiety.
I don't understand. This never happened before.
Yeah, whatever.
Her performance letting you down?
Who's this guy?
Autolite XP Extreme Performance Spark Plug, ma'am.
You seem different from the other spark plugs.
I have iridium enhanced fine wire technology for faster ignition and optimum performance.
Ooh, that's hot.
Autolite, it's time to change your plug.
Well, Phil, it's Clucker Car Night at Ray Winder Field Tuesday, August the 8th, and the Arkansas Trail of Deed. We've got them. We're the largest clunker car dealer in the state, Wild Phil, and we're not selling them, we're giving them away. Over 9 used cars given away free, and the Arkansas Traveler team is out to prove we're the #1 clunker car promoter in America. Be here at Ray Winder Field, Wild Phil, on Tuesday, August the 8th, and win a free clunker car.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Time for baseball as the Travelers take their spot on the third base dugout. Drillers starting pitcher Steven Register has completed his warm-up. Nathan Haynes about to step into the batter's box, representing the first at-bat of tonight's ball game. Third game of this 5-game series. Travelers look to take the first 3. Haynes, 2 for 7 over the couple of games waiting, and the first pitch of the night is up high. 74 degrees, 704 at first pitch, and it is 104 degrees here at game time.
Well, he might scare me.
Ball, and into right field it goes. A base hit for Nathan Haynes to start this ball game. His third hit of the series, and the Travs may have some business going here in the first. Nice steamy evening at Tulsa's fairgrounds area. Trabs come in with winners in 13 of their last 20 ball games to take a one-game lead in the North Division over second-place Wichita. Big reason for the recent surge, Aaron Peel, Traveler left fielder, steps into the box with 25 RBIs in his last 29 games. Haynes a creeping lead at first, and Peel hits a high fly ball in a medium depth left. Seth Smith comes in there to make the catch, and Peel is out on the first pitch. One away, and Register has thrown only 3 pitches. Haynes put the second pitch into play and singled. Peel flies out, now 2 for 10 of the series. And here's Traveler shortstop Brandon Wood. Wood, who hammered his 20th home run of the season on Tuesday, finished 0 for 4 with a couple strikeouts in last night's win. Averaged down to 289. Those 20 home runs, which will rank third in the league, and 63 RBIs ties him for fourth. Haynes, a short lead at first, with Koshansky holding him on. And here's a pitch from Register. Wood takes it under the knees, ball 1. Umpires behind the plate today, Mark Lolo. Crew chief of the Texas League umpire crew, Joe Maiden, is the third base umpire, and right now positioned behind the mound. Dixon Sturman calls outs at first. Haynes with 10 steals and 17 attempts. Still that short lead. Luck pitched to Wood, a ground ball to third base. Moving to his right is Stewart. Close to second for the out. Relay back to first in time for the double play. 5-4-3. Wood hits into the inning-ending twin killing, and the Trabs get nothing in the first inning. 1 base hit, nobody left on, and no runs. Going into the bottom of the first, Traveler right-hander Jose Arredondo emerges from the dugout, making his 4th Double-A start. We'll have Jose's first pitch next on Air America Little Rock 1380.
In 1998, New York City Marathon runner German Silva made a huge mistake. 1/2 mile from the finish line, he took a wrong turn. When he heard yells from the crowd and saw the looks on their faces, he realized his mistake. He immediately turned around, but the error cost him a crucial 15 seconds. His only hope for winning now was to sprint to make up for lost distance. Did he have the energy? Could he do it? He later said, "Too much work had gone into this race. I had to fight it out." He was able to make up the lost distance and finish first in his division, but only because he refused to allow a wrong turn to knock him out of his quest for the prize. I'm Mark Evans, pastor of the church at Rock Creek. You know, there are times in life when we make a wrong turn, but when we discover that it was a wrong turn, the wise person changes direction.
Cotton candy here. Get your cotton. Any peanuts? No. Hot dog? Slushy? Nada. Camel corn? No. Can I get something other than cotton candy? Pink of blue, mister. Pink of blue. Variety is a good thing, especially when it comes to orthopedic services. That's why Baptist Health in Ortho, Arkansas provide the most comprehensive orthopedic care the state has to offer. From outpatient procedures to rehabilitation and prevention. To reach a specialist or for more information, call Baptist Health Helpline at 227-8478 and get back to the things you love. Actually, I do have peanuts. Really? Nah, just kidding.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
5-pitch top of the first inning as the Travelers go down after Nathan Haynes' leadoff single, but then Peels fly out and Wood bouncing into the double play. Oh, Jose Arredondo makes a quick exit from the third base dugout and about to complete his warm-up. Brent Del Chiaro gets the start behind the dish for the second game in a row. Bobby Wilson complained of some stiffness in his throwing shoulder after Tuesday's victory, and so was on a strict program of not throwing the baseball yesterday. Wilson is well enough to swing the bat. He is the DH tonight, and there's a chance we could see Wilson back behind the dish during Friday's ball game here at Driller Stadium. Troy Tulowitzki leads things off for the Drillers in the bottom of the first. We get another look at Jose Arredondo. 6-foot right-hander from San Pedro de Macorís in the Dominican Republic in his 4th professional season, but 3rd as a pitcher. Angels converted him to a full-time pitcher last year and has already been to Double-A with some success through that 5-hit shutout in his first start with Arkansas on July the 5th. And the Trabs have won all 3 of his starts. Troy Tulowitzki into the batter's box. Jose's first pitch is quite wild. A high fastball that overshot the catcher and hit the backstop. 1-0 the count on Tulowitzki. Numbers on Jose. He's dealt 19 innings, allowing 21 base hits, walked 7, struck out 14, and 1 home run. Here's the 1-0 to the right-hand batting shortstop. A strike on the inside corner with a fastball, 1-1. That home run that Jose allowed was in the first inning of his previous start to Corpus Christi's Hunter Pence. The 1-1 comes to Tulowitzki. And he takes a fastball, a strike at the letters, 1-2 count. Tulowitzki on a 9-game hitting streak coming into this game. He's had 3 hits in 8 at-bats over the 2-game series with a double. Last night finished 1 for 4. 1-2 pitch. Missed the outside corner with a fastball, 2-2. Tulowitzki starting this game hitting .294 with 11 home runs. He's driven in 48. Leadoff batter with power, not too much speed. 2-2 pitch. A swing and a chopper to the mound. Arredondo leaps to bring it in, sets his feet and flips to Porter at first for the out. 1-3 goes the opening out of Tulsa's first inning. Seth Smith coming up next. Here's the defense behind Arredondo tonight. Aaron Steele in left field. It is Dwayne Bacon getting the start in center. Terry Evans is off tonight. Nathan Haynes positioned in right field. Matt Brown at third. Wood at short with Eric Rodlin at second. Greg Porter gets the start at first base. And Del Chiara behind the dish. Here's Smith, left-hand batter, playing left field tonight. And Arredondo winds. His fastball is after he's a called strike. Smith is 1 for 8 in the series. He got his 1 hit in the 8th inning last night, which drove home the Drillers' 3rd and final run. And the 0-1 comes to Smith. Fastball backs him up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Smith hits .285 with 9 homers, 41 runs batted in, but he's had a few very good games against the Trav. A couple of 4-hit nights. He did 4 homers, driven in 16 against the Travelers. The 1-1 from Arredondo. Shot towards short on the ground. Wood is up with it. Plenty of time for the throw, and there's 2 away. What Arredondo brings is a lot of power pitches. He's got a power fastball in the mid to high 90s. His slider would be described as a power breaking pitch. He also comes with his off speed, which is a hard split-fingered fastball, so even his changeup is designated pretty much a hard pitch. And just got Smith on the fastball there. So far, all fastballs for Jose. And the batter is Stewart, left-hander again. First pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Stewart is 1 for 7 in the series. Got a base hit last night in the 4th leading off. A little blooper in the Bermuda Triangle in left field. Here's the 0-1 from Arredondo. Swung on and missed. The fastball started pretty low, and Stewart chased it. And he's quickly down in the count, 0-2. Arredondo has struck out 14 batters in 19 AA innings. After striking out 8 batters in that shutout at Wichita, he's whipped 6 in his last 2 starts. Looking for the first strikeout of the day so far. 2 outs, nobody on for Stewart. Bottom of the first. And the kick. The pitch is a changeup and missed high and outside. Stewart hitting .269, 7 home runs. He's driven in 48. But fairly quiet in the series. 0 for 3 Tuesday, and the Blues hit yesterday. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Jose. Stewart is jammed, but fouls it over the third base seat. It gets out of play. And the count 1-2. Very hot day here at Tulsa. It's the same way all across the Texas League. You won't find a comfortable city in this AA circuit, not this time of year. Certainly not with the national heat wave on. Many fans using placards they were handed when they walked into the park as fans. 1-2 as a changeup fouled back, and Stewart stays alive still with a 1-2 count. Still a festive atmosphere at the ballpark. Tulsa hosting Margaritaville night, Jimmy Buffett night, I guess. Fans encouraged to wear Hawaiian shirts, which if you know Ray Winder Field quite well, we usually do that on Aloha Sundays. And I brought my Hawaiian shirt just in case. I was planning to wear it on Sunday to start the series in Springfield, but didn't want to be the odd man out here at the press box at Thriller Stadium. Here's a 1-2 pitch to Stewart. There's a slider in there for strike 3, and the inning is over. Great pitch from Arredondo. That breaking ball broke with no chance for Stewart to hit it. Came right down at the knees in a 1-2-3 inning thrown by the young Arredondo. We'll go into the top of the second with a 0-0 score on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Did you know that more than 250 Arkansans are currently awaiting an organ transplant? And did you know that every 16 minutes, a new name is added to the organ transplant waiting list? You can help to reduce these numbers by registering to become an organ donor. Call the Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency at 866-660-5433 or visit the Aurora website at www.arora.org to learn more. Become an organ donor. Give hope. In today's busy world, who has time for questions? Where to go, how to get there, what to eat? With over 30 locations in central, north central, and northeast Arkansas, Double B's has the answers. Double B's makes it easy to stop in and get on with your day, wherever you are. Start your day with Double B's Coffee Cafe. Gourmet coffee, better than most coffee houses. Grab lunch on the go with delicious slices from Quiznos, Pizza Pro, Baskin Robbins, Chester's Fried Chicken, or Subway. Clean your auto with a car wash. And all Double B's locations feature pay-at-the-pump technology, so you're back on the road in no time. Make the most of your time and stop worrying about life's little questions. We've got the answers at Double B's.
Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, Dr. Pepper. True individuality, Dr. Pepper. Do what you do, your moment has come. You're not like anyone. Nothing better, Dr. Pepper.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Each team will start with a cleanup batter in the second inning. Travelers did get a base hit of the first, but a double play to end the inning means that Brown begins the second inning for the Travs against right-hander Steven Register. This is Phil Elson with you on the broadcast. Thanks for tuning in. We've got Benny Petrie doing his usual fine job at the studios in Sherwood. Brown comes in with a 13-game hitting streak on the line. 2 for 8 in the series, and here's Register's first pitch. Low and outside with a breaking ball, a 1-0 count. Brown extended his hit streak yesterday in his first at-bat, single and score a run, finished 1 for 3. And he also included his 6th stolen base on the year. The 1-0 from Register. Brown, a check swing foul back into the net. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Brown followed by Greg Porter and Bobby Wilson. We're in the middle third of the order here at the top of the second inning. 0-0 score. The Crabs fell behind in the opening game of the series, but then scored 6 unanswered. Here's the 1-1 to Brown. Fouled it back. It's 1-2. Last night, the Crabs got ahead of the Tulsa Drillers. In the second inning, Brown led off with a single, followed by an Evans base hit, and Greg Porter drove them both in with a double. Brown hitting .320 coming into the game. Here's the 1-2. Let that slider go low and away. Brown's average is the 4th highest in the league, with 2nd highest amongst active Texas leaguers, and obviously leading the Travs with that .320 average. 12 home runs and 55 RBIs, and what's turning into his best season as a pro. Here's the 2-2, and he shoots a hard liner up the middle, a base hit. Tulowitzki dove from short, couldn't come up with it. Brown will hold it first after the wide turn. Center fielder Zarnicki got to the ball in left center and quickly finds it back into the infield. So Brown, once again in his first base hit of the night, extends a hitting streak to 14 games in a row. And for Brown, team-leading 118th base hit of the year. Last night, Greg Porter batted 6th and knocked home 2 runs with his 21st double in the second inning. Today, Porter moves up a slot. He's batting 5th and playing first base. Left-hand batter, Brown leads off, and a pitch comes. Right down the middle, called strike. Snap throw, and Brown picked off at first base. Colina, who has shown a very strong and accurate arm, especially on Tuesday, catches Matt Brown napping at first base, throwing from his knees and from right behind Porter for the pickoff at first base. Pickoff goes 2-3, and that was just a very strong throw from Colina from his knees. It's a very tough throw to make. And the 0-1 to Porter, it's a changeup from Register, fouled at the plate. It's 0-2. One of the other reasons Brown may not have seen Colina's aggressive move after he caught that pitch, because Porter, being a left-hander, kind of blocks the view of the catcher from both the first baseman and the base runner. Here's a 2-strike pitch from register, and Porter is hit by the fastball. He was able to get his back towards the pitch as it came up at the number 8. Porter hit by the pitch. He'll take his base. So instead of first and second and nobody out, it's Porter, the base runner, at first, and one man out for Bobby Wilson. Register hitting his 6th batter of the year. I haven't given me his numbers yet. He's worked 104 2/3 innings, coming in with 121 hits, 17 home runs, walking 35, struck out 56. League bats .294 against Register. Wilson at the plate and the pitch. In there for a strike on the slider, and the count 0-1. Wilson yesterday off with that stiff right shoulder, still was able to take BP, and he's starting today as the designated hitter. Wilson batting .308, 6 homers, 40 RBIs. Porter at first, stays on the fastball, which is right down Broadway, and quickly Register gets ahead 0-2. It is the 4th game for Bobby Wilson as a designated hitter. He's 4 for 10 as a DH. Of course, usually gets to start behind the bench. The Register 2-strike pitch. Wilson hits a ground ball to the hole at short, but Tulowitzki gets there, shuffles to second for the out. Bernier's relay in time for the second double play in 2 innings. This one gets the Drillers out of the second inning. No runs, and again, 1 base hit. Nobody left. Heading into the bottom of the second, the Travelers nothing and the Drillers nothing. You're listening to Arkansas Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
The romance begins at Cupid. Choose from Central Arkansas's largest selection of apparel and lingerie in every size, style, and color. And don't forget the wide selection of menswear, toys, massage oil, and lotion. Cupid's Lingerie and more. 2585 Donahue Street in the Townsend Plaza, Conway, 65th and Scott Hamilton, and 9700 North Rodney Perham in Little Rock, plus 3360 Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Just look for the purple neon hearts, and you'll know you're in the right place. Cupid's Lingerie and more.
Hey, fans, it's easy to get discount tickets to Travs games all year thanks to Ready Ice. Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice presents Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field. Just pick up a discount coupon for any Wednesday Travs home game anywhere Ready Ice is sold, like most Shell and Exxon gas stations. Bring the coupons to the Travs box office for $3 general admission tickets to any Wednesday home game. That's Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field all season long. Thanks to Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom of the second inning. Travelers nothing, Drillers nothing. Tulsa sends cleanup batter Joe Koshansky to lead off. Joe Gaetti and Christian Colonel will follow. Bill Elson with you at the broadcast booth here at Driller Stadium. Travelers involved in the 3rd game of what will be a 10-game road trip. Start a series at Springfield Sunday evening, 6:10 start time. Travs return to Ray Winder Field for the longest homestand of the season, Friday, July 28th. Replica jersey night on the first game of that upcoming homestand. 1932 Travs replica jerseys given away to the first 1,000 paid adults, courtesy of Arby's and Fox 16. We got a doubleheader the very next night, Saturday, July 29th. It'll be Wichita in town. Big first-place battle, perhaps. Kickball night. Traveler kickballs for the first 1,000 paid kids on Saturday, the 29th of July, courtesy of Riceland and KATV. And Rubber Boy will be introduced to the baseball fans of Central Arkansas, entertaining fans between games. Wait till you see what this guy does. He can bend himself into the most inhumane of shapes. Koshansky leading off the second. Jose Arredondo's first pitch is under the knees for ball 1. Arredondo threw 14 pitches to get to the first inning and caught Ian Stewart looking for his only strikeout thus far. 1-0 pitch is sent towards center field. A line drive. Bacon started back, comes in and misplayed it into a single. Wayne Bacon, who has not seen much playing time recently, took 2 steps back right off the bat of Koshansky, and that ball falls 2 steps in front of him for a leadoff single for the Drillers' first baseman. Koshansky did not hit that ball very well, and even hung in the air a little bit for Bacon, who has had his share of troubles in center field this year. Gary Evans getting the night off. And here's Joe Gaetti into the batter's box. High set by Arredondo. Koshansky running. There's a swing and a miss. El Chiaro's throw is wide of the bag. Goes into center field, but it's backed up by Bacon. That keeps Koshansky at second with his 3rd stolen base of the year. Count is 0-1 on Gaetti as he chased that slider. El Chiaro's body kind of offline, catching that slider backhand, and that throw sailed a good 4 feet, maybe 5 feet to right of second base. So a runner at second for Gaetti, who has hit a home run and an infield single in 2 games over the series. He was 1 for 3 with that home run coming in his 2nd inning at bat. Tall right-hand batter. Here's the 0-1 from Jose. Little outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Gaetti also crunched a fly ball in the 4th yesterday off Green when he had men at 1st and 3rd after a Koshansky single. Harry Evans made a wonderful leaping catch at the warning track and doubled off Koshansky at first, but Gaetti did get credit for an RBI. A runner scored from 3rd base on the play. So 1-1 is up high, ball 2. Gaetti, pretty solid batter behind Koshansky, who's making waves as a possible league player of the year. Gaetti hitting .297 with 12 home runs, and he's driven in 43. Arredondo looking in for the sign. Koshansky leads from second. Wood right behind him, a few feet off. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and Gaetti swings and misses. Arredondo took something off that pitch. It floated in there, and Gaetti seemed to be a little bit off balance. Count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Christian Colonel in the on-deck circle, right-hand batting DH. Gaetti starting in right field today after starting his left field last night. Arredondo looking for that sign. Ball on the right hip. He comes set. Gives Koshansky a look. Here's a 2-2. Struck him out swinging with a fastball. 1 away in the 2nd on a very hard fastball from Jose Arredondo. 2 strikeouts now for Jose. And Christian Colonel standing in. They do not have a radar gun reading at Driller Stadium, but I'm going to estimate that baby came in at about 96 miles an hour. The Drillers have a power-throwing right-hander of their own, Juan Murillo. When you look at Murillo, who's been clocked at over 100, he stands 6'4", weighs 215. You can understand where that power is coming from, but Jose Arredondo is not a big kid. Arredondo, 6 feet tall, weighs 170. A little delay before Colonel steps into the batter's box. Eric Rodlin, the Traps second baseman, involved in a very short conversation with the base umpire Sturman right around the bag. And Rodlin now backs off to hold Koshansky at second with Colonel batting from the right side. Arredondo steps off the mound. Colonel, the right-hand batting DH of the Drillers, did not play on Tuesday. Batted 60 last night, finished 1 for 4 with a double. Target goes on the inside corner, and the pitch from Arredondo. A ground ball up the middle. Wood giving chase. He stops it behind second, wheels around and throws for the out. Good play by Porter, reaching high in the air for the a little bit elevated throw, but kept his foot on the base. 6-3 on the putout with Koshansky advancing to third. 2 away. Nice play by Wood, who did show off some range on the play. That was just in his range. He lunged for the ball, reaching down into his left behind second base and gloved it in the webbing. And really, we just saw maybe the extent of Wood's range. He didn't dive for the ball, but still got to it without having to dive. 2-out RBI chance for Driller center fielder Jordan Zarnicki. 40 runs batted in on the year. He hits .276 with 9 homers. Here's a pitch inside for ball 1. Zarnicki starting in center field for the 3rd straight game of the series. 1 for 7. Got to the plate 3 times last night against Nick Green. He was called out on strikes, grounded to third, and slide out to right field. Arredondo going from the windup with a runner at third and 2 outs. Here's his pitch. Swing and a miss. Took something off it. That looked like the Splitty. And the count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Zarnicki. Drillers during the first half of the season received a lot of clutch hitting, especially from Zarnicki, who had a couple of walk-off homers. The 1-1 on the way. Swung on and chopped foul. It hit Zarnicki on the foot before bouncing back into play. Arredondo fielded it on the left side of the pitcher's mound, was about to throw, then realized Zarnicki was still around the batter's box, wincing in pain after that chopper glanced off his left shoe. 0-0, bottom of the second, and Jose Arredondo trying to keep it a scoreless tie going into the third. Outfield plays a little bit towards right. Haynes shallow in right field. Field a little deeper in left. Arredondo gets the sign. Here's a windup. The leg kick and the 1-2. It's high and goes all the way to the screen off Del Chiaro. He recovers. Flips Arredondo. Not in time. It'll be a pass ball charged to Brent Del Chiaro as Arredondo overloaded a fastball, which exploded out of his hand and even had some hop on it, jumping higher as it came to the plate. Del Chiaro got a glove on it, but it kicked off the glove and ricocheted to the back screen, so Koshansky scores on the pass ball. Count is 2-2 on Zarnicki. That's the 5th pass ball of the year on Del Chiaro, and it's 1-0 Tulsa. The pitch. Line drive to the left field corner, a base hit. Aaron Peel chases it down over to the 335 marker. Zarnicki pulls up at second, stopping with a 2-out double. So Zarnicki hits his 21st double of the year, the second base hit of the inning. The Drillers lead 1-0 and have a chance to take a 2-0 lead. Couple of mistakes in the inning, with Koshansky's leadoff single falling in front of Dwayne Bacon after he misread the fly ball. That got the leadoff man on base. Del Chiaro's wide throw to second allowed Koshansky to get in there with his 3rd steal of the year. And then after the pass ball charged to Del Chiaro, looked like Arredondo lost a little bit of concentration, perhaps upset with his fielders, and put that fastball right down Broadway. Now it's Alvin Colina, the batter, in the 8th spot. First pitch is low, and Colina takes ball 1. Last night, the Drillers started Tino Sanchez behind the plate. He finished 0 for 3 and also committed an egregious throwing error, which helped the Travs score 4 runs in the 5th inning. So Colina gets the start tonight, hitting .249 with 30 RBIs. The 1-0 pitch, and that's in there for strike 1 on the slider. 1 ball, 1 strike. Who's to say if any catcher would have been able to bring in that hard, high fastball from Arredondo? Del Chiaro stands 6'4", and he was coming out of his catcher's crouch, and that pitch was zooming over his glove. Here's the 1-1. Colina takes ball 2, down and outside. Colina started behind the dish Tuesday, was 1 for 3, and pretty much will be starting the remainder of the games with the occasional start by Sanchez for the rest of the series, with Chris Iannetta starting at AAA. Count is 2-1 on Colina. The high set by Arredondo. Checks Zarnicki at second. The pitch grounded up the middle. Wood has a chance behind the bag. He gets it and whiplashes across for the final out of the 2nd inning. The Drillers get ahead with 1 run on 2 base hits. There were no errors but a pass ball and 1 man stranded at second. That will be an earned run charged to Arredondo as the Drillers take a 1-0 lead. We'll go to the top of the 3rd on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
I'm definitely not going to back my old razor. I'm going to stick with M3 Power.
Check out what guys are saying about M3 Power, the first micro-power shaving system from Gillette.
I'm in shock right now. It's fantastic.
I feel like I'm getting a massage with this razor.
Wow, this is something new. I like this. I feel like I'm not even shaving, really, with the M3 Power. It made me look forward to shaving.
Feel the power of the world's best shave. M3 Power from Gillette, the best a man can get.
I'm no brain surgeon. I'm not an engineer. I don't know how this thing works. I just know it works.
The following is an OnStar conversation.
OnStar Emergency, this is Natalie.
Yes, I need an ambulance. I have my 2 children in the car and my sister.
Okay, I have you on Highway 20.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, I'm contacting emergency services.
Thank you.
Every month, OnStar offers help in thousands of emergencies.
please.
Hi, this is Natalie with OnStar, calling to report a vehicle crash with airbag deployment.
So what happened?
I can conference the men.
Ma'am, tell me what's going on.
My nephew has a big gas. His head is bleeding.
Okay, we'll send someone else.
Do you want me to remain on the line?
Yes, ma'am, please.
The peace of mind OnStar offers is more affordable than you might think.
Okay, the police are there?
The first year of OnStar service is included on new OnStar-equipped GM vehicles, and unlimited use of all safety and security services costs only $16.95 plus tax per month after that. OnStar by GM. To experience OnStar, press your blue button or visit OnStar.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Drillers grab the lead in the bottom of the second, so it's 1-0 Tulsa. We'll go to the top of the third. Driller right-hander Steven Register has allowed leadoff hits to the first two leadoff batters in the first and second innings, but has also had double plays. Finish off the first and second innings, so 2 innings pitched for Register, 2 hits, but he's faced a minimum so far with 1 man picked off and 2 double plays. Brent Del Chiaro leads off inning number 3 for the Travs, and Register comes back with a fastball outside. Count is 1-0. Del Chiaro batting in the 7th spot with Dwayne Bacon behind him. Eric Rodlin batting 9th. The 1-0 pitch to Del is popped up right in front of the plate. Colina, the catcher, wants it. Cast aside the mask and right in front of the plate makes the catch. 1 away, and Del Chiaro 1 for 4 in the series. Dwayne Bacon stands in next for the Travs. Back in the number 8 spot with Perry Evans sitting out today. Bacon gets the start in center field. Bacon starting in center field for the 75th time this year. He is batting .212 with 5 home runs and 26 RBIs. Switch hitter bats on the left side, and here's Register's offering. On the outside corner, fastball for strike 1. It has been almost a week since Dwayne last played. Friday in a 6-5 win against Corpus Christi. Bacon started in center. The 0-1 pitch is wide from Register. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bacon did drop down a bunt single that helped the Travs rally back in the 8th inning of that win against Corpus Christi. Finished 1 for 4 with a steal. His league leading 30th. 1-1 pitch is wide again from Register. 2-1. But Bacon, even though he hasn't started much, is making the most of his recent opportunities. He's had a base hit in each of his last 7 games. 1 hit in each of them, including a home run. 2-1 pitch. Outside, the same pitch from Register. Fastball way away from Bacon. And the count is 3 balls and no strikes. On deck is Eric Rodlin. Register has hit a batter, hasn't walked anybody yet. The 3-1. And it's ball 4. Bacon draws the 1-out walk. And the league's top base stealer is aboard. Actually, Bacon no longer the league's top base stealer. He is second in the league, 1 behind Corpus Christi's Josh Anderson, who got ahead of Bacon a couple of days ago. So it's Bacon with 30 steals in 38 attempts. But Alvin Colina, the Tulsa catcher, has thrown out 2 base runners trying to steal on Tuesday, and then picked off Matt Brown after the leadoff single today in the 2nd inning. Eric Rodlin, the batter, another left-hander. Bacon out to a good lead. He's bluffing the pitch low, and it's ball 1. Bacon did take a rather aggressive lead, got a good break on his bluff, but held on the pitch. Rodlin on a 5-game hitting streak, 7 for 15 during the stretch, including on base 3 times yesterday. 2 walks and a single. He would score 1 run. 1-0 pitch, and now Bacon runs. It's fouled off. Off the end of the bat, Rodlin going after a fastball, pops it into the third base second level here at Driller Stadium. 1 ball, 1 strike on Rodlin. Rodlin, whose average hit dipped down to the low 280s during a couple of weeks slump, is back up to the high 290s. 295, 4 home runs, 32 runs batted in. Bacon leading away. He's about 4.5 feet off Koshansky hole. There's a throw over from Register, and Bacon gets back in there diving. Register, who's already had 2 double plays turned behind him today, 15 double plays in his 19 starts of the year. You could see why Bacon would be running. He bluffs again. The pitch to Rodlin outside, and the count is 2-1. Rodlin in the series, 2 for 5. He stroked a double on Tuesday. He has scored 3 runs, so he's been on base quite a bit. Bacon dives back in ahead of a throw from Register. Second time that the Tulsa right-hander is checked over there. Only 3 runners caught stealing with Register on the mound this year. 8 men have stolen a base. Another big lead. The pitch to Rodlin is low, and Bacon holding. Count 3-1. One nothing Tulsa at the top of the third. Here's the Register 3-1 pitch. In there for strike 2 on a slider. Rodlin waiting, Bacon leading again. There he goes. The pitch low, second walk in a row from Register. First and second at the top of the order. Register has faced 9 batters, given up 2 hits, 2 walks, hit a man. That's 5 base runners out of the 9 men faced. So while the Drillers lead 1-0, there are some real warning signs that Register is not very effective tonight. Last time out for Register, he had a season-high 11 hits and 9 runs scored against him in a 19-2 loss. The first go lasted only 4 innings. Pickoff play at second, but no throw. Shortstop Tulowitzki came behind Bacon, but Register just stood there and watched him. Haynes got a single to right field in the first inning. Left-hand batter. Here it is. He pops it out of play over the third base dugout. And it sails over the second level and on top of the roof. Strike 1 on Haynes. It's an 0-1 count. Haynes 3 for 8 in the series, looking to at least tie the game. Double play depth on the infield. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed on the Register changeup. And after walking the last 2 batters, Register quickly gets ahead. 0-2. Register is a third-year player out of Columbus, Georgia. Selected in the 3rd round in 2004. And he comes set. Target goes outside. 0-2 to Haynes is outside. Ball 1. Register closed games during his collegiate career at Auburn. He's been starting since he was a pro. Runners going. Haynes hits a drive towards right center. Charging to the gap. Gaetti gets there. Runners quickly hustle back. Bacon to second. And Rodlin sliding back to first. Haynes hit the ball fairly well, but it hung up there for Gaetti, who closed the gap very quickly and made the catch for the second out of the inning. Two outs, 2 on for Aaron Teal. Drillers leading 1-0. Register has been in trouble every inning. Won't get a double play here with 2 outs. Teal fly to left field in a 1-pitch at bat of the first inning. See if he gets something to hit here. Register lifts the leg and turns to second, does not throw it. Teal came in batting .284 with 9 home runs and 41 RBIs. Although he was 0 for 5 yesterday, he did knock a run home, reaching on an error. Bacon at second, Rodlin at first, and the pitch to Teal. He lets a little dribbler to the mound, easy play. Register comes halfway down, fields it and throws to first, and the Traps ran 2 men of the 3rd inning. No runs, no hits, and 2 men left. Travs had another chance, but we'll go to the bottom of the 3rd. 1-0 Tulsa on Air America Little Rock 1380.
From the hilltops of Atlanta to the California. Come on, one day across the nation, yeah. I'm a burrito in every time.
Los Cerritos
Kroger's 2834 North Hills Boulevard in North Little Rock by Kroger's at North Hills and McCain. Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-tank trip and discover Arkansas. National's great weekend special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has two convenient locations, Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 3919 Black Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the Yellow Pages. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Rolling into the bottom of the third inning here at Tulsa's Driller Stadium. Phil Elson with you on the broadcast tonight. We're here in Game 3 of this 5-game series. Travelers won the first 2 games and have taken a 1-game lead in the North Division over second place Wichita. Travelers coming in with 14 wins and 12 losses in the second half. They're finishing in last place in the first half of the season. Things have really turned around for the Travs. Today they're trailing 1-0 after 2.5 innings. Bottom of the third, number 9 batter Doug Bernier leads off for the Drillers. Right-hand batting second baseman Jose Arredondo delivers. And it's hit slightly up the middle. Wood diving, and it gets it past him into center for a base hit. Bernier hit a little soft liner that bounced in front of second base, giving Wood a chance to attempt to make the play, but still really not all that close to it. Bernier aboard, hitting in his 10th of the last 11 games. So the Drillers get the leadoff man on for the second consecutive inning. Joe Koshansky got a blue single to start the second and came around to score on the pass ball, giving the Drillers their current 1-0 advantage. Now Troy Tulowitzki stands in for Tulsa. Right-hand batting shortstop. And here's a pitch from Arredondo. Swung on and missed on a slider. Strike 1. Tulowitzki is 0 for 1. Hit a hard bouncer back to the hills to start the bottom of the first. Arredondo had to leap to bring that one in. Bernier leads off. Porter holding. And the high set by Jose. He throws to first, sending Bernier diving back. He's back in there. No tag. Tulowitzki now 3 for 9 in the series. Bernier 3 for 3 in stolen base attempts. He's already running. Gets back to first. The tag of the throw, not in time. Bernier, who's taking a very shifty lead at first base, started to scamper and move his feet before Arredondo even lifted his leg, and then Jose stepped off very calmly and threw to first. Bernier got back. Now the stretch of the 0-1. Fouled back, a late swing on the fastball. Tulowitzki in the hole 0-2. Jose Arredondo. Remember, he pitched for the Travs 5 games last year as a reliever right in the middle of the season, right just before the Pioneer League season started. The 0-2. That's a little bit inside, ball 1. Arredondo last year pitched for the Travs late May, early June. Never faced a North Division opponent. Last year was the East Division. The only pitch against Midland and Frisco. 1-2 to Tulowitzki. Fly ball to right center field, hit well. He got a slider and drove it into the gap for an extra base hit. Bernier is off to the races. They'll send him around third base, and he will score with no play. Double for Tulowitzki. Makes it 2-0 Tulsa. Tulowitzki doubles for the second 9 in a row. His 24th double of the year. 49th run batted in. Drillers grab the 2-0 lead at the bottom of the third. Impressive piece of hitting by Troy Tulowitzki. Took the power slider. May have had a little bit too much of the plate, and he went right with it, driving it to the opposite field. 2 hits in a row to start the inning. Still nobody out with Smith batting, and here it is. He grounds to second base, moves the runners up. Picked up by Rodlin, shifting his weight. He throws to first, and retires Smith 4-3. But Tulowitzki able to advance to the Drillers, put the pressure on the Traveler defense. Runner at third with only 1 out for the 3-hitter, Ian Stewart. Arredondo has recorded 2 strikeouts. The first one was on Stewart. Caught him looking at a split finger in the first inning. Infield is in, and the first pitch chopped at the plate, foul, strike 1. Drillers get a run of the second, tack on 1 more in the third. A fly ball by Stewart should bring home Tulowitzki. Arredondo gets ahead with that first important strike. Stewart has driven in 48 runs on the year. Arredondo now working from the stretch. Takes a look at the runner. The kick and the 0-1. Change up fouled at the plate. And Stewart, a little over aggressive there, is in the hole 0-2. Smith 0 for 2 after the ground out. He was able to do his job moving that runner to third base. Infield will try for the out at home and a ground ball. Arredondo a strike away from the second out of the inning, and then the infield could back up. Long look at the sign for Jose. He sees what he wants. Target goes on the outside corner, and the pitch, it is a little bit high. Ball 1, 1-2 to count. Stewart with no RBIs in the series, 1 for 8. The kick and the 1-2 fouled straight back into the net. Arredondo aimed that ball on the fist, and Stewart was able to get a little piece of the ball on the handle of the bat and stay alive with a 1-2 count. Largest lead of the series for the Drillers. They took a 1-0 lead in the first inning on Tuesday. And now they have grabbed a 2-0 lead in the third inning tonight. Arredondo ready. And his 1-2 pitch to Stewart. Base hit into right field. Right past Porter at no play. Tulowitzki jogs home, and Stewart gives the Drillers a 3-0 lead. So Tulsa jumps out in the third inning after scoring a run in the second that they probably did not deserve. The Drillers come out swinging here in the third inning to the tune of 2 runs and 3 base hits. Brent Del Chiaro walks out to the mound to talk with Jose Arredondo, who's getting hit hard here tonight. Jose's last couple of starts have not been overpowering. They have been pedestrian appearances, totaling 7 runs on 16 hits in 10 innings, plus 5 walks. So his decent numbers after the 3 starts, a 3.32 ERA. Well, that's mostly due to his 9-inning shutout in his debut. Here's Koshansky. First pitch is on the outside corner, a strike, and it's 0-1. Koshansky started the second inning with a lazy fly to center. Dwayne Bacon misplayed it into a single. He's got Stewart at first, 1 out, and the Arredondo pitch. Inside on the slider, and Koshansky held back with a check swing. 1 ball, 1 strike. Driller fans haven't had much to cheer about recently. They've lost their last 8 home games, which included a sweep at the hands of the Springfield Cardinals. 1-1 pitch. Broken bat, ground ball to third. Charging Brown makes the play. Over to Rodlin for the out. Relay back. Safe. Koshansky beats out the fielder's choice. Stewart forced to second, 5-4. And there will be 2 outs with a runner at first for the 5-hitter Joe Gaetti. The breaking of the bat may be what gives Koshansky that extra millisecond to beat the throw from Rodlin. Brown had to charge the ball, took a step in, and then quickly got the out at second base. Roslin hopped off the bag after taking the throw, and his throw was a good one, had plenty on it. But Koshansky legs it out. Gaetti standing in with a strikeout of the second. He is 0 for 1. High set position. Arredondo's pitch is a slider, swung on and missed. Strike one. Inning started with Doug Bernier's single to center. Tulowitzki knocked him in with a double to right center after falling behind 1-2. Smith's groundout moves Tulowitzki up, and Ian Stewart's base hit scores Tulowitzki. Then Koshansky's fielder's choice, and Gaetti takes the pitch up high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Back to the stretch, Jose Arredondo. And to the plate with a 1-1 on the outside corner, strike 2. Drillers' last home victory was on June 27th. They beat Frisco 2-1, and then fell the next day 4-1. Lost 5 straight to Springfield and have dropped 2 in a row to the Travs. The 1-2 to Gaetti struck him out swinging on a slider. That's the third and final out of the third inning, but the Drillers bring home 2 runs on 3 base hits. They strand a man after 3 innings here in Tulsa. It's the Drillers 3 and the Travs nothing. This is Air America, Little Rock, 1380.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with the safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with deductible reward. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible awards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Stone Lake Golf Course is one of Central Arkansas's hidden sports gems. Located just 1 mile off I-440 on Faulkner Lake Road. Stone Lake features a unique link-style course and some of the most reasonable green speeds around, complete with driving range plus chipping and putting greens and a full-range snack bar. Stone Lake has everything a good duffer needs. Check out a hole-by-hole description on stonelake.net or call 945-0945 for Stone Lake.
We are Air America, Little Rock, 1380 KDSD, North Little Rock.
3 innings are in the Big Bad scorebook at Driller Stadium. Tulsa has the 3-0 lead. We'll get to the totals as we go throughout the top of the 4th. Brandon Wood leads things off for the Travs as Steven Register delivers the first pitch of the inning. Wood hammers it into deep left field. That is home run number 21 for Brandon Wood as it bounces on 15th Street and rolls into the Walgreens parking lot. Brandon Wood has introduced a horse-hide baseball to the Walgreens drugstore for the 2nd time this series. First pitch of the inning, and Wood simply crushes it to bring home the Travs' first run of the night. Wood fulfilling prescription, home run number 21, RBI number 64. And on the first pitch of the inning, the Travs get within 2. Wood had been hitless in his last 6 at-bats before that smash. And now Matt Brown stands in, and Register's pitch is low and away, ball 1. First time that Wood has taken Register deep, although it is the 4th home run he's allowed to a Traveler batter this year, and his 18th home run given up overall. Brown singled in the second. His 1-0 pitch is popped up on the right side, foul territory. Behind the plate now, Colina over to the fence, has 5 feet, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Brown will walk back into the dugout, first out of the inning, and bringing up Greg Porter. Coming into this game, Register is 1-1 against the Travs, allowing a batting average of .292. He's had a a very nice start against Arkansas. 6 innings, 1 earned run, and a 6-3 no-decision victory against the Arkansas Travelers on April 17th. Previous times out, hasn't done so well. Looks pretty good so far today. Here's Porter into the dish. Goes after a changeup and misses 0-1. Last time out for Register against the Trabs. Picked up a 9-4 victory, just the second win of the year. Limited Arkansas to 4 hits in 6 innings. But did give up a home run to Dwayne Bacon and a 2-run double to Matt Brown. 3 runs total. 0-1 to Porter. Low and outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here are your totals, counting the homer by Wood. Trabs 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and they've stranded 2. The Drillers 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors, 2 men stranded. Porter hit by a pitch, his only time up, and this one golfed in the air to shallow center. Zarnicki in there making the catch, and there's 2 outs. Two quick outs after Wood hammered the first pitch of the inning over the left field screen. Here's DH Bobby Wilson. "21 home runs now for Brandon Wood. And he is 3 behind first baseman for the Drillers, Koshansky, for the league lead, and just 1 behind Hunter Pence of Corpus Christi for second most. Wilson takes the ball down low, 1-0. Bobby chopped into a double play to end the second and is 0 for 1. 1-0 pitch from Register. Wilson slaps it the other way towards the right field corner. That will land in fair territory. Goes to the corner. Gaetti chases it. Wilson trotting into second base with a stand-up double. That'll bring the tying run to the plate in the form of Brent Del Chiaro. Double number 23 for Bobby Wilson. And here's Del Chiaro, who's popped out in the 3rd inning. Bobby Wilson needs just 9 more doubles to tie his career high set last year with Rancho Cucamonga. And he's at second with 2 outs. Brent Del Chiaro is the batter. He is batting .128 on the year. 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. And a pitch comes to Del. He takes it wide for ball 1. Del Chiaro is 1 for his last 11 with 8 strikeouts. He did pick up a single last night. Can he get a base hit to bring Wilson in? The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Got a good swing at a fastball that was around the outside half of the plate. And it went straight back, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Middle infielders play way off to second base, leaving Wilson to roam. He is out to a good 10-foot lead. Register comes set, kicks and deals. And Del Chiaro fouls it straight back again, strike 2. Drillers 3, Trabs 1. We're on the top of the 4th. Arkansas getting their only run of the first pitch of the inning on Brandon Wood's 21st home run of the year. Tying run up the plate. The Register ahead of the count, 1-2. Here's the pitch to Del Chiaro. That is a little low, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Register pitching with the lead here in the 2nd inning with the lead. Del Chiaro waiting. 2-2 on the way. Swing and a drive to deep left field. Hello, 15th Street again. Brent Del Chiaro has tied the game with the 2nd home run of the inning. Homer number 3 for Brent Del Chiaro. RBIs 8 and 9 as he circles third base. Wilson and Bacon waiting for him as this game is now tied 3-3. Two complete moonshots as Wood and Del Chiaro show some serious power here at Driller Stadium. Now it's Bacon batting. He has a home run against Register this year. First pitch, he'll square around but take outside, ball 1. The 2 homers in this inning. The Travs have overtaken the Drillers for the most home runs in the league at 110. Tulsa has 108. No team in the league has more than 85 besides the 2 here at Driller Stadium. Pitch to Bacon is down low, ball 2, 2-0. Bacon walked to the third, would make it as far as second, but was held. The 2-0 pitch, and it's fouled back, 2-1. The Travs and the Drillers so far this year have combined for 218 home runs between 2 teams. Springfield's third in the league with 85, Jack. Bacon bunts the 2-1, gorgeous on the third base line. Register barehand throws and gets the out at first. Koshansky had to reach across Bacon's back to bring in the throw, but his foot was still on the base. Bacon disagrees, but that play holds. 1-3 for the final out of the 4th inning. Travs tie the game. 3 runs on 3 hits. Homers by Wood and Del Chiaro make it a 3-3 tie. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th on Air America Little Rock 1380.
Want to buy a new car? Make it mean vacation. Remodel your home or finance just about anything. You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not know, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Travs break out the lightning bat for the top of the 4th inning, blasting 2 long home runs to the street that borders the left field wall here at Tulsa's Driller Stadium. 15th Street converges with Yale Avenue right at the crux of center field. And that ball, both by Wood and by Del Chiaro, not only hit 15th Street, but then bounced into the parking lot of the Walgreens drugstore right across the way. And Del Chiaro's ball almost clipped one of those cars that had just filled a prescription. 3-3 tie, bottom of the 4th, and Christian Colonel leads off with Jose Arredondo's first pitch of the inning lined in a left field for a base hit. Tulsa has now collected 6 base hits against Arredondo in just 3 innings pitched. We may have the makings of an old-fashioned Texas League slugfest on our hands tonight, folks. Last couple of nights, the Traveler pitching staff has done very well holding Tulsa, a pretty good hitting team, to just 5 runs over the 18 innings of the game. The Drillers tonight, well, they're already 1 base hit away from tying their hit total last night. They had only 8 hits on Tuesday. They're swinging a solid stick. Here's Zarnicki, who doubled in the second and was stranded. There's a pickoff throw over to first. Arredondo got it there, but Colonel was back in safe. Check some of the Texas League scores this inning and see what's going on the Southwest Airlines scoreboard. Arredondo dealing with Zarnicki. Colonel leads at first. And the first pitch is a slider high for ball 1. Travs a game lead over Wichita starting today. Cardinals lead the Wranglers 2-1 after 2.5 innings at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. Other games of the South Division we'll get to in a moment. Arredondo ready. And a 1-0 to Zarnicki. Popped him up. Left field line at third base. Brown in foul territory over to the seats, but it is 6 rows deep. And instead, the foul ball out of play makes it 1 ball and 1 strike on Zarnicki. San Antonio gets a home run from Guillermo Quiroz in the second inning. Quiroz just came down from AAA and is now catching for the Missions. 1-0 San Antonio in the third. San Antonio yesterday handed Frisco one of their worst losses of the franchise, 11-0. Zarnicki holding the bat very high above his head. Stretched by Jose. Nobody out. The pitch pops up again. This one will stay between the lines. On the right side, Eric Rodlin will call it and make the catch. And that's out number 1. Zarnicki back into the dugout, 1 for 2. At Corpus Christi today, the Midland Rockhounds have taken a 2-0 lead into the third inning. Midland getting a homer from Ronnie Merrill, their backup middle infielder. The Hooks getting news today. They will do without the services of Matt Albers, perhaps the top pitcher in the Texas League this year with 10 wins. He was promoted to Houston today and is now in the Astros bullpen. Batter is Alvin Colina, the 8-hitter for the Drillers. Jose's throw to first is wide. Porter reached over the base runner to deflect that throw, and it may have actually hit the base runner. It did. That throw from Arredondo clipped Colonel on his right leg. It got him on the hip, and that's how an error is saved. Porter was unable to get a glove on the ball, and that's because he was reaching into the base runner, and instead Colonel gets in the way. He's all right, leading away. Colina grounded down to the second. The pitch is fouled back. Had him in front of a split-fingered fastball. Strike 1 the count. Corpus Christi has had some tough times recently, losing 7 of 10. Lost 2 of their best starting pitchers, Mitch Talbot to the trade with Tampa Bay and Albers to promotion with the Astros. So the Hooks are limping these days. A pitch to Colina. Line drive in the left field. A base hit. The 7th for the Tulsa Drillers. Colonel holds his second, and the number 9 batter, Doug Bernier, will have a chance to put Tulsa back in the lead. So Arredondo gave up hits to just 2 of the first 8 batters he faced. He's given up 5 base hits to the last 9 men faced. And now it'll be Bernier standing in to collect a leadoff single in the third inning and scored on Troy Tulowitzki's double. Only 1 out. And the infield looking for a double play. Arredondo has had 8 behind him this year between the Travs and the Quakes. His pitch to Bernier is low, ball 1. Doug Bernier hitting .271 coming into the game. No homers, 12 RBIs. Woods plays closer up the middle. He's right behind Colonel, who takes a short lead at second. And the Arredondo 1-ball pitch bends Bernier back from a fastball, 2-0. Critical spot for Jose Arredondo. It's obvious he does not have great command today, although he hasn't walked about it. There's a lot of pitches coming right down the middle. The Drillers so aggressive that they haven't even let him get to a 3-ball count. 2-0 pitch. There's a 3-ball count as a wide slider misses the corner. So the first 3-ball count of the game for Jose Arredondo. These Drillers aren't even letting him throw more than about 5 pitches per at-bat. Counts 3-0, Tulowitzki on deck. And the pitch comes. He takes it low, ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to load the bases for Tulowitzki, who doubled last time to the plate. And will bring a visit from pitching coach Ken Patterson. So Arredondo now dealing with the 8th base runner over 3 1/3 innings. And after the Drillers took a 3-0 lead and the Travs tie it with homers in the 4th by Brandon Wood and Brent Del Chiaro, Arredondo maybe giving the Drillers the lead right back. Patterson on the mound. The entire infield joins him for the chat. A reminder, Traveler fans, we've got Clunker Car Night coming up during the upcoming homestand. The final Clunker Car Night in the history of Raywinder Field will be Tuesday, August 8th. You can get a discount ticket at any Pulaski County Exxon gas station. There'll be plenty of discount tickets located at selected auto dealerships around the county, and we'll be getting you the information for where those tickets are located over the next week. It's Clunker Car Night on Tuesday, August 8th. We've got at least one car for every inning of the game. Here's Tulowitzki, who stands in with the bases loaded and only one out. Tulowitzki has hit the ball hard twice, to the hill in the first and a double that knocked a run in the third. Pitch on the way, and it is a high fastball, 1-0. Arredondo will be working from the windup here in the bases loaded one-out jam, with Christian Colonel at third, Alvin Colina at second, and Doug Bernier at first. Tulowitzki is 2 for 7 with the bases loaded this year. 5 RBIs in this kind of spot. Now the 1-0 pitch. A fastball hit high and foul down the right field line. Porter, the first baseman, runs out of room as the ball is 5 or 6 rows into the box seat. 1 ball, 1 strike. Arredondo juggles the resin bag on his right hand. Keeps the ball in his bare hand, puts it to the right of his leg. Takes a look at the base runner at third, now gets the sign. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Troy Tulowitzki. And the pitch. High and outside. It's a 2-1 count. Colonel, the third base runner, and a couple of movements towards the plate, faking a steal of home. Arredondo did take a long time to wind up. Looks like we'll get some action in the bullpen shortly. Bill Edwards jogging out there along with Kyle Eden. The 2-1 pitch. Tulowitzki hits a high fly straightaway shallow center. Middle infielders calling. Rodland gives way to Wood. Wood makes the catch on the runner's hold. So Arredondo gets that important second out. He can get out of the inning leaving 3 men on. But it'll be Seth Smith he has to deal with. Smith not had a great series, 1 for 10. Has grounded out 2 times tonight, the short and the second. With the bases loaded this year, Smith is 3 for 10. He's hit 1 grand slam. That was against the Trash. 3-3 score here in the bottom of the 4th, and the Drillers threatening for the lead again. Smith, a left-hand batter. Arredondo from the right side. Here's his wind-up, the kick, and the first pitch. In there, a fastball on the inside corner. 0-1 the count. Wood plays deep at short. They leave a hole through the 6th area at shortstop. And a lot of room on the right side of second for Smith. The 0-1 pitch. Smith yanks it into right field, a base hit. Scoring is Colonel. Colina around third. He'll score. 2-run single for Seth Smith. And the Drillers are back in front, 5-3. Bernier goes first to third. Smith holds with his first base hit of the game, and the Drillers have collected 8 hits and scored 5 times against Arredondo in 3 2/3 innings. RBIs 42 and 43 for Smith, who's now collected 18 runs batted in 20 games against the Trav. Now Ian Stewart will stand in, already with 1 RBI single tonight. That was last inning. He struck out of the first. Stretch and the pitch is low, ball 1. Arredondo, who got ahead of Smith with a fastball in the inside corner, tried the same pitch, but left it over the heart of the plate, and Smith ripped it for a solid line drive single to right. 5 runs, 8 hits for the Drillers. Travs with 3 runs on 5 hits. No errors either way. The 1-0 to the left-hand Stewart is on the outside corner, strike 1. Just before the at-bat for Smith, Bill Edwards, Bob Zimmerman, and Kyle Eden got off the bullpen bench and jogged into that left field corner behind the grandstand where the pen is located, so someone's warming up. 1-1 pitch to Stewart. Foul ball into the Travelers' dugout. It takes a bounce off of the railing in front of the dugout and lands in front of Stu Cole, the Driller manager, who gave it to one of the fans in the first row. That knocked back a couple of guys who were leaning up against the railing on the top step of the dugout. We'll see if they're watching the game that way again. Stewart broke his bat on that swing, goes to get a new piece of lumber. Drillers have scored in every inning since the first. Arredondo set down the Drillers in order in the first inning. Gave up a run that the Drillers probably didn't deserve in the second. But since the start of the third, Tulsa has been right on the baseball. Collected 6 base hits since the start of the third inning. Arredondo last time out only gave up 2 runs and 4 hits over the first couple of innings, and then really was unable to finish off strongly. Finished with 4 runs total in 5 innings. Arredondo dealing with Stewart with a 1-2 count. 2 outs, men of the corners. The pitch. High, very high. Del Chiaro barely caught that fastball. In fact, as he reached up, he had to reach slightly back to bring in that wild high fastball from Arredondo. Jose might not have much left right now, as he's struggling here in the 4th inning. 2 runs on 3 hits and a walk. And Stewart working with a 2-2 count. Offering comes, and high again, ball 3. Full count on Stewart and Joe Koshansky on deck. It could be the last pitch that Arredondo throws. Comes set. Smith takes off from first, and the pitch is slowly rolled to the 6-hole. Diving stop by Brown from third. His throw is wild. Got behind first. A run does score on the play. Smith advanced to third. And since the throw from Brown went into the first base dugout, Stewart gets second base. 6-3 Tulsa, so the Drillers had a 3-0 lead in the 3rd inning, and they're back to a 3-run lead. It will be a base hit for Stewart and an RBI, which scores Bernier. Smith reaching second base on Brown's throwing error. 13th error of the year. Stewart at second and Smith at third with Koshansky batting. And Arredondo will remain in the game. Pitch on the way to the left-hander. Outside, ball 1. Stewart gets credit for his second RBI of the night. 3 runs have scored in the bottom of the 4th for Tulsa, all with 2 outs. Koshansky is 1 for 2, a bloop single and a run scored. The pitch very wide again, ball 2. Arredondo showing signs of frustration. He's overthrowing his fastball now. Missing very high, and occasionally if he's able to bring it down a little bit, it's right in the middle of the hitting zone. Too much elevation on the fastball, and even at 95 or 96, that's right on the tee for these professional hitters. The 2-0 fouled off by Koshansky. A pop fly down the left field line, and slicing out of play, strike 1. Obviously the toughest start for Jose since the promotion from Rancho Cucamonga. Arredondo rarely had a tough outing with the Quakes. 2-1 pitch. Koshansky is swinging a miss. That's a sinking fastball. That was possibly the best pitch of the inning by Arredondo. That had some movement going straight down, not the split fingered, but maybe a sinking fastball, and it had enough juice to get by Koshansky. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, Jose giving up 6 runs. He hadn't given up more than 4 runs in any game this year, so this is his toughest outing of the season between both single and double A. 2-2 pitch to Koshansky. In there, strike 3 called on the backdoor slider, and that ends the 4th inning. Drillers bring home 3 runs on 4 base hits. There was 1 Traveler error, 2 men stranded. The Drillers rally for 3 after the Travs tie the game. Tulsa 6, Arkansas 3. Will go to the 5th on Air America Little Rock 1380.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. VC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take VC for stress headaches, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take VC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro, NC, and my pain reliever is VC.
Thanks, Bro. Knows your patient.
You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at Ag Pro Central, Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Well, Phil, it's Corker Car Night at Ray Winder Field Tuesday, August the 8th, and the Arkansas Traveler team, we've got them. We're the largest clunker car dealer in the state, Wild Phil, and we're not selling them, we're giving them away. Over 9 used cars given away free, and the Arkansas Traveler team is out to prove we're the #1 clunker car promoter in America. Be here at Ray Winder Field, Wild Phil, on Tuesday, August the 8th, and win a free clunker car.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Go to the top of the 5th inning after the Drillers rally to retake the lead. Tulsa 6, Arkansas 3. And we do have that slugfest on our hands tonight, folks. Eric Rodland leads off the 5th. Steven Register's opening pitch of the inning is high and outside for ball 1. Register only allows 2 hits over the first 3 innings, then gives up 3 hits, including 2 home runs in the 4th. 1-0 to Rodland is low and inside ball 2. Rodland walked in the 3rd inning and was stranded at first. 4-inning pitch for Register, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He has not struck out the batter, walked 2 and hit another. The 2-0 pitch, and Rodland hits a slow grounder to short. Tulowitzki charges, fields it cleanly, flips on the run for the foot out, and Rodland is opening out of the 5th. Go to the top of the Traveler order now for the 3rd time. Here's Nathan Haynes. Checking finals across the major leagues today on the Southwest Airlines scoreboard. Mets beat the Reds in 10 innings, 4-2. Feliciano picking up his 4th win of the season. Pitch to Haynes in there for a strike. Haynes is 1 for 2 with a single and a fly ball to right field. 2 home runs by the Mets. Cliff Floyd hit his 10th. Carlos Delgado hit number 23. 0-1 to Haynes. Fly ball the other way, foul into the box seats. 0-2. Cubbies got homers from Aramis Ramirez and Michael Barrett. Carlos Zambrano won his 10th, and the Cubs beat Houston 4-1. The Astros offense manages only 3 hits behind Andy Pettit, who falls to 8 and 10. Here's Register's 2-strike pitch to Haynes. He hits a drive in a deep center. Chasing it, Zarnicki. It's over his head. It hits the base of the fence. Zarnicki picks up off the wall, fires to second, but Haynes already there, waiting with a 1-out double on a 2-strike count. Second base hit of the night for Haynes, his 7th double as a Traveler. And the Trav's 6th base hit overall will bring up Aaron Peel. Getting over to the American League, the Detroit Tigers took 2 of 3 from the White Sox to an afternoon battle at Comerica Park. The Tigers win it 2-1. Chris Shelton knocked in the game-winning run off Jose Contreras, who lost his 2nd straight decision. Falls to 9-2. Joel Zumaya got the win in relief. He's 5-1. The pitch to Peel is low for ball 1. Peel, taking a pitch for the first time today, is fly to left and hit back to the hills. Big spot for Peel. Haynes at second base. 1 out of the 5th. The Travs behind by 3 runs. And the Register 1-ball pitch to Aaron is low. Ball 2, 2-0. Boston handed to Texas Rangers a 6-4 loss. 12th win for Kurt Schilling against his 3 losses. Mark Corey falls to 1-1, and Mike Timlin, substituting for Jonathan Papelbon, saved his 2nd of the year. 2-ball pitch to Peel. He swings lines, a base hit over Tulowitzki at short. It goes to left field. Haynes around third. Here's the throw all the way through. It is offline. Haynes scores, and Peel chucks it a second on the play at the plate. RBI single for Peel will make this a 6-4 game. Aaron's 42nd RBI of the year. Seth Smith, who has thrown out 10 base runners this year, came up throwing and short left. His throw was up the third base line, allowing Haynes to score with no play. Tulowitzki, who stands 6'3", a little taller than most shortstops, came very close to bringing in that line drive from Aaron Peel. A 1 run on back-to-back hits here in the 5th, and now Brandon Wood stands in as the tying run. Wood homered to the first pitch of the 4th inning. He bounced into a double play in the 4th. He's 1 for 2 tonight, and Peel taking a good lead. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball, and Register gets ahead. It is on the outside corner, strike 1. Wood now with 2 homers and 3 RBIs in this series. Brandon has hammered 6 homers this year against the Driller. The 0-1 pitch, and it's popped up on the infield. On the right side, second baseman Bernier, right between the bases, will make the catch, and that's out number 2. Looks like Wood may have got a pitch to hit, but got underneath the ball and jogs back into the dugout, 1 for 3. Matt Brown is next up, and here's our last final out of the majors today. Minnesota rallying in the 5th inning to beat Tampa Bay 6-4. Twins scored 4 times in the 5th. Johan Santana got his 11th win against 5 losses. Joe Nathan, former Shreveport right-hander, saved his 18th. Travis Lee and Jorge Cantu homered for the Devil Rays, but they still fall to the Twins. And the D-Rays have now lost 7 straight. Brown the batter, and a pitch low, ball 1. Matt Brown singled to start the 2nd, but then was picked off by the Tulsa catcher. And Brown fouled out to Colina. There's the first out of the 4th inning. Represented the tying run. Brown has smashed 12 home runs this year. Including 1 against Steven Register. The 1-0 pitch on the outside corner at the knees. Sinking fastball evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. When Register pitched against the Travelers here in Tulsa on June the 6th, Travs beat him 8-6. He allowed 2 homers, 1 from Aaron Peel, and another a 3-run shot by Matt Brown. Giving up 2 homers tonight. Here's the 1-1 to Brown. Chopper towards third base, played by Stewart. Shuffles his feet, slips across for the last out. Arkansas will manage 1 run in the 5th inning on 2 base hits. There was 1 runner stranded. Halfway through our ball game at Driller Stadium, Tulsa leads it 6-4 on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
You know, to become the best barbecue restaurant in Little Rock, it takes dedicated people like us here at the Pig and Chick that are willing to wake up with the pigs to make sure that we bring home the best of the best in them hogs. Now, it's not the job for everyone, but you got to do what you got to do to make sure that every day is the best dang hog day ever. And here at the Pig and Chick, it's always the best. We both cook our barbecues daily, making sure that it's lit, hugging good. Heck, we're known as the Great American Barbecue House here in Little Rock. We're also known around these parts as having the best dang catfish anywhere. So no matter what you're in the mood for, ribs, catfish, chicken, here at Pig and Chick, you'll always get the best meal in town. So come join us for lunch, dinner, or even let us cater your next event. Here at Pig and Chick, we take catering seriously, and we're going to make sure that your event is a huge success.
Pig in or pig out at Pig and Chick, located at 7824 JFK in Sherwood. Call us for takeout at 834-5456. And it's the same number for catering, 834-5456. Here at Pig and Chick, people start pigging out at 10:30 a.m. daily and don't stop till 9 p.m. Oh, by the way, did I mention the catfish?
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Okay.
Pitching change to start the bottom of the 5th inning. The Travelers bring on right-hander Kyle Edens. Edens replaces Jose Arredondo after an ineffective start. Arredondo giving up 6 runs on 9 hits. Walked the batter, struck out 4, all coming in his shortest outing as a starting pitcher with the Travs, 4 innings. So it's Edens to take it over from here. Edens last pitched in the doubleheader on Saturday, starting game 2, and suffering the loss, gave up 3 runs, 2 of them earned on 4 hits and 2 in the 3rd inning. As a reliever, Edens is making his 12th appearance. His record 2-3 with 1 save and a 5.19 earned run average. Eden's 5'10" out of San Antonio, Texas, and appearing for the first time in this series, facing the 5-hitter Joe Gaetti, whom Arredondo struck out in both at-bats. Eden's come set, and the right-hander's first pitch of the fifth is in there for strike one. Edens will throw a fastball in the high 80s, touch the low 90s. Slider and a changeup as well, works in the stretch at all times. And the 0-1 pitch to Gaetti. He hits it past the mound, but Roslin has a play next to second base, waits for it, and throws Gaetti out, one gone, and Colonel comes up next. Eden's other numbers, 26 and a third innings work. He has surrendered 37 hits, 4 homers. Kyle has walked 10 and struck out 11. And again, his 13th outing since coming over from a trade with the Cincinnati Reds for Esteban Yan. Colonel, the batter, started the go-ahead rally in the fourth by hitting a single to left field. He would score on a base hit by Seth Smith. First pitch is outside, ball one. Colonel 1 for 2 tonight, 2 for 6 in the series. The 1-ball pitch from Eden. It's low and gets behind El Chiaro. 2 balls, no strikes. Edens, who was a former third-round pick of the Cincinnati Reds, deemed expendable after his third year. The 2-0 pitch is fouled away, 2-1. Yan, by the way, pitching fairly well with Cincinnati after having 2 tough seasons with the Angels, or a season and a half with the Angels. Yan has come out of the Reds bullpen 14 times and saved the game, allowing a 3.60 ERA with 1 win. 2-1 to Colonel, has popped out of play again, 2-2. So Yan is one of 2, actually 3 major leaguers, or 3 players on this Traveler roster who have been involved in a trade for a major leaguer, along with Terry Evans, who of course was dealt by the Cardinals for Jeff Weaver, and Nathan Haynes, who was originally acquired by the Angels in a trade with the A's for Omar Olivares. 2-2 to Colonel is up high, ball 3, 3-2. One out, nobody on for Colonel. Kyle Edens ready, his payoff pitch, and it's fouled straight back. Big swing by Colonel. Count remains full. Angels are underway with Kansas City. Royals got ahead of Irvin Santana with 2 runs in the first. KC now leads 3-1. Top of the 4th inning at Kauffman Stadium. 3-2 pitch. Colonel a swing and a liner and a center, a base hit. Weighted back on an off-speed pitch and drives his second single in as many innings, and the Drillers now have 10 base hits today. Tulsa combined the last 2 nights had only 15 base hits. They now collected 10 hits, not even halfway through. Here's the number 7 batter, Jordan Zarnicki. Zarnicki doubled in the second and was the first out of the 4th with a pop-up right-hand batter. Colonel, the base runner, with 8 steals in 13 attempts. And he is leaning. There's a throw over from Eden. Colonel gets back in on his feet. Drillers 6, Travs 4. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Drillers took the lead in the bottom of the 4th, breaking a 3-3 tie, scoring 3 runs. 2-run single from Seth Smith. Ian Stewart with an RBI single. Pitch to Zarnicki, shows bunt, takes outside. Ball 1. Travelers then get a run in the 5th. Aaron Peel's base hit, driving Nathan Haynes home. So we've had 7 runs scored since the end of the 3rd inning and 10 runs total in this ball game today. 1-0 on Zarnicki. He squared around last time. In this pitch, he takes outside, ball 2. Checking other games around the majors. The Pirates has taken a 4-3 lead in the ninth at Florida. Jason Bay hit his 22nd home run for the Bucks. Nate McClout at number 5. Mike Jacobs a home run for the Marlins, his 14th. 2-0 pitch from Eden. Zarnicki a pop-up right side. Behind the bag, Porter. Foul territory with the umpire backing away. The catch is made for out number 2. Foul out for Zarnicki as he pops up for the second time. 2 outs in the 5th for Alvin Colina. Over in the American League, the Angels and the Royals, 3-1 KC in the 4th. The Yankees and the Blue Jays. Blue Jays scored 4 times in the 6th to take a 1-run lead, but the Yankees tied it in the 8th. Currently, New York batting in the 9th with a 4-4 tie. Later tonight, in fact, starting in about a minute at Arizona, the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks, Hendrickson and Webb. A couple of young pitchers. Webb having a great year, 10-3 for the former Diablo right-hander. Here's Colina, and he puts one straight back into the net with a foul tip, strike 1. And at 9:15 at AT&T Park in San Francisco, the Padres, Chan-Ho Park, and the Giants, Noah Lowry will battle. 0-1 on Colina. A ground out and a single for the right-hand batting catcher. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Eden's in his first relief inning. Travelers will use the entire bullpen to pitch Saturday's series finale, and we know Edens will not be starting that game now. 2-strike pitch. Colina takes it very wide, ball 1. So Jesse Smith starting Tuesday's game at Salt Lake. Jesse is back with the ball club now after that pretty successful AAA debut. Smith will start Sunday's series opener at Springfield, leaving a hole in the rotation for Saturday, so that'll be up to the bullpen. Runner goes on the 1-2, low. Del Chiaro's throw, and that's not going to be in time. Head first side for Colonel in his 9th steal of the year. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Colina. Second stolen base for the Drillers today. This is a ball club in Tulsa that does not utilize the steal that often. They now have stolen 48 bases on the season. Second least in the Texas League. Only Wichita has stolen less. Travs lead the league with 94 steals. The stretch by Edens and the 2-2 to Colina. He struck him out swinging with a slider that he chased high above the strike zone. For the first time since the first inning, Tulsa fails to score. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. Going into the 6th inning at Tulsa, it's the Drillers 6 and the Travs 4 on Air America Little Rock 1380.
At Gary Eubanks and Associates, you've heard us talk about what we bring to the table. You ask what that means to you. Well, these verdicts and settlements are real results we've achieved for our clients, as large as $19 million for one case. While facts differ and results vary on each case, you should put this experience on your side. Insurance companies notice, and that creates settlement. And remember, at Gary Eubanks and Associates, we'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
Want to buy a new car? Take a dream vacation, remodel your home, or finance just about anything? You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
at Driller Stadium, where I guess you just heard a lucky fan win a Ford Mustang. It is a Mustang by a competitor, the Travelers Cola Company. Pretty vehicle, but it's got all kinds of red, white, and blue paint jobs on the side of the car. But a young, lucky woman just won herself a brand new Ford Mustang, courtesy of a local radio station. And so the start of the sixth inning will be held off by at least a minute or so as Steven Register just started to warm up one more time. This will give us plenty of time to update you on happenings at Ray-Winder Field. Remember that we still have tickets on sale for the last game, the last regular season game in the 74-year history of Ray-Winder Field. You can get your tickets by showing up at the Ray-Winder Field box office. When the team is on the road, those office hours are Monday through Friday from 9:30 in the morning till 4:30 in the afternoon. You can call us up at 664-1555 and we'll mail those tickets to you if necessary. Still the same prices, $6 for adults, $3 for kids 14 and under, $2 more to move into the box seat. That'll be the Travelers and the Springfield Cardinals. On Sunday, September 3rd, the last regular season game at Ray-Winder Field. But who knows, maybe the Travs have some playoffs in the offing, and maybe that won't be the last game in Ray-Winder Field history. But that's a long way off. Travelers trailing by a pair of runs coming into the sixth. Greg Porter starts in the leadoff role here. 0 for 1, hit by a pitch, and the fly out to center. Steven Register's first pitch of the inning, and Porter hits a high fly to left center field. Hanging in there, Seth Smith underneath it after chasing it into the alley. He makes the catch, 1 out. Numbers on Register. He has worked 5 1/3 innings now, surrendering 7 base hits with 4 runs. They are all earned. Walked 2, hit another batter, and no strikeouts. Traveler number 6 hitter Bobby Wilson has a double and a double play to his credit tonight. Register into the glove. He winds and deals. And it is a strike, a fastball at the knees. 0-1. Brent Del Chiaro in the on-deck circle as Register's 1-strike pitch to Wilson. He swings and tips it foul off the catcher. And quickly Register ahead, 0-2. Springfield has tacked on a couple of runs at Wichita in the 4th. Cardinals 4 and the Wranglers 1. They're going into the 6th inning at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. 2-strike pitch to Wilson. Ground ball to the hole at short. It squeaks through off Tulowitzki's glove. A base hit for Bobby Wilson, his second of the night. And the tying run will come to the plate. It's Brent Del Chiaro who tied the game in the 4th inning with his 3rd home run of the year. A 2-run shot to left field on a 2-2 pitch. And then the Drillers came right back and put up 3 more runs in the last half of the 4th. Hurriedly 6-4 Tulsa. Del Chiaro popped up in the 3rd and the home run in the 4th. His second hit in 5 at-bats over the series. Wilson will be taking a short lead. 2 double plays turned behind Register tonight. He'll look for another. Pitch to Del Chiaro is low and away, ball 1. Del Chiaro this season 3 for 17 against the Drillers. Doubled his RBI total with 1 swing of the bat against them. The 1-0 pitch moves inside and a 2-0 count. Dwayne Bacon on deck, followed by Eric Rodlin as the Travs bat at the top of the 6th, trailing by 2. Nightfall settles in. The wind is cooling things off a little bit. The giant American flag resting just past the batter's eye at dead center. Flutters over the center fielder. Here's the 2-0. Ground ball outside 3rd. Foul ball. Strike 1. The lights taking their full effect. There's a little bit of a dark area in center field. 4 light poles dot the outfield. The rest of the lights are right behind the plate, none off to the side. 2 balls and a strike on Del Chiaro, 1 out. And the pitch is popped back this way, out of play. That hit the aluminum roof right above the broadcast booth, and it's 2-2. When the ball game started, it was 102 degrees. Currently, it has dropped 10 degrees lower to 92. Much more comfortable today. They'll be in the triple digits tomorrow. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the register pitch. Del Chiaro grounds to third, a chance for 2. Stewart clean with a ground ball, throws to second. Bernier's relay got behind the first baseman. Del Chiaro will hold. Wilson forced to second, 5-4. Bernier's throw was wide of the bag. They had the double play in order, but instead there will be 2 outs, and Dwayne Bacon will come up next. Bernier looked like he may have rushed the throw, fearing perhaps Wilson barreling into him, but Wilson did not get a good break off of first base, and Bobby doesn't run all that well anyway. He was pretty far away from Bernier when he threw wild to first. Bacon, the batter, he was walked and was thrown out by Register after a bunt in the 4th inning. And here's the pitch. Tap it to the hill. Register plays it. They'll run halfway to first. Underhand flip to Koshansky for the last out. No runs for the Travs in the 6th inning on 1 hit. 1 man stranded. We'll go to the last of the 6th inning. Tulsa with the lead, 6-4. This is Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock, 1380.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now, Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discount you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, North Central.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Into the last of the 6th inning here at Tulsa. Travelers trailing 6-4. Phil Elson here with you on the broadcast. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back to the airwaves tomorrow. Game 4 of the series is 7:05. Airtime will be 6:45 of the ITT Tech pregame show. Our mound matchup tomorrow night, Traveler right-hander Chris Hunter takes the hill, looking to improve on a 2-9 record with a 7.34 ERA. Meanwhile, John Asahina will be pitching for the Tulsa Drillers. Asahina, who had been one of the better starting pitchers in the Texas League last year, coming down from AAA Colorado Springs. Asahina will be making his first start of the Texas League since the playoffs last season. While he was pitching with Colorado Springs, Asahina had a 3-7 record with an ERA at 6.12. And again, that game starts 7:05, and on the matchup Saturday that finishes the series, Travs have not announced the starting pitcher Juan Murillo, 6-6, 4.66 ERA for the Drillers. Doug Bernier leads off the 6th for Tulsa. Kyle Edens in his second relief inning fires a first pitch fastball for strike 1. Bernier at the number 9 spot is a thorn in the side of the Travs. A single in the 3rd, a walk in the 4th, scoring both times. Edens, who threw a scoreless 5th inning, delivers the 0-1, and Bernier shows bunt, but the ball kicks up some dust on its way to the backstop, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Tulowitzki on deck, then Seth Smith. Drillers have had a pretty good night team-wise. Only one of the starting 9 have not been on base or collected a hit. Pitch to Bernier. Eden's missing low and away with a slider. 2-1. Drillers scored once in the second. Joe Koshansky with a bloop single to start it. Stole second, went to third on a ground out, scored on a pass ball. 2-1 pitch. Bernier slaps it out of play. Flies it over the first baseman and into right field. It's foul and out of play. Drillers tacked on 2 more runs in the third. Bernier started with a base hit off Arredondo. Tulowitzki doubled him home, then moved to third on a ground out, and came home on the Ian Stewart 1-out single. 3-0 Drillers after the third inning. 2-2 pitch to Bernier. Fastball on the outside corner. Strike 3 called, and there's 1 away in the 6th on the second strikeout for Kyle Eden. Travs would bring home 3 runs in the third inning. Brandon Wood hit Steven Register's first pitch of the inning over the left field screen and onto 15th Street for his 21st home run. A 2-out double by Bobby Wilson, and that was followed by Brent Del Chiaro's 3rd home run of the year to tie the game at 3. But the Drillers scored 3 times in the 4th. They loaded the bases on singles by Colonel and Colina and a walk to Bernier, and a 2-out, 2-run single by Smith, followed by Ian Stewart's infield hit. Here's Tulowitzki, and he takes a fastball under his knees, ball 1. Travs scored the last run of the game thus far in the 5th inning against Register. Back-to-back hits by Haynes and Peel. Haynes with a double to center, and Peel with a line drive to left. 1-0 to Tulowitzki, a breaking ball low and away. And Eden falls behind 2 balls and no strikes. So the Drillers 6 and the Travelers 4. That's the last of the 6th inning. 1 out, nobody on. Tulowitzki is 1 for 3 with an RBI double. And the pitch is low again, ball 3. 3-0. Edens has been anywhere from a 1-inning to 3-inning pitcher as a Traveler, even going so far as 3 2/3 innings. 3-0 to Tulowitzki. And there's a high strike call to make it 3-1. Tulowitzki's power is to left, but he drove his double in the 3rd inning to right center the opposite way. Hitters count. 3-1 pitch. Ball 4 off the outside corner. A 1-out walk giving Tulowitzki first base. Eden's first walk of the game and his 11th since joining the Travs. Going to the number 2 hitter now, Seth Smith. Smith had been 1 for his previous 15 at-bats against Arkansas pitching before driving an 0-1 fastball from Jose Arredondo for a 2-run single in the 4th inning. That gave the Drillers their current lead. Tulowitzki, the base runner, 4 steals in 9 attempts. The Drillers are 2 for 2, attempting to steal today on Brent Del Chiaro. Smith, a left-hand batter. Porter will hold Tulowitzki, and there's a large gap on the right side of the infield. And Eden from the stretch. His fastball is a good one, right at the knees on the outside corner. Strike 1. Middle infielders bunch up a little. Wood and Rodland for a double play, and Brown off the line at third base. Third base line is open, and that 4 gap at second base. Good lead by Tulowitzki, about 5 feet off. Here's the pitch. Pitch out, holding. Tulowitzki does not run. Smith readjusts his batting gloves. Stands back into the plate, native of Brandon, Mississippi. Edens gets the sign. The 1-1 to Smith inside. He jackknifes out of the way of a slider. And the count goes to 2-1. Haven't been many easy innings for Trav pitchers today. Arredondo threw a 1-2-3 first and allowed runs in his next 3 innings. Edens had to deal with a man at second base last inning and a 1-out walk in the 6th. There's a throw to first base. Tulowitzki just gets back in. Porter swept the tag on his right arm, and he beat the throw from Edens. Tulowitzki still out to that 5-step lead. It's an extra half step. Moving his feet. Throw back, tag, and not in time again. 2 close plays at first. Edens putting each pickoff throw right into Porter's glove, and Porter slaps that tag on Tulowitzki's right arm. Each time he has just been back in there. Tulowitzki still measuring his lead. Same 5 steps. Edens with a high step. Pitch. Strike 2 call. Got that slider at the inside corner to even the count. 2-2 count on Smith. Ian Stewart waiting on deck with 2 RBIs tonight. Edens finds the sign. The target goes on the inside corner. And the pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out with a slider, and there's 2 away in the 6th inning, both on strikeouts. Edens has struck out 3 of the last 4 batters. 2 outs, and here is Stewart. Stewart with a couple of big hits for the Drillers today. RBI line drive single in the 3rd to bring home their 3rd run. And then he capped off the 4th inning with an infield hit. Smashed the 3rd that Brown smothered. Throw to first, and Tulowitzki dives back with no tag this time. So Stewart, after getting only 1 hit in his first 8 at-bats of the series, has collected hits in consecutive innings. Tulowitzki leading at first. Rodland deep at second. It's Wood up the middle, and the pitch to Stewart. Inside corner, strike 1. Edens trying to complete 2 relief innings and send the game to the 7th. Stewart hovering over the plate. There's the 0-1. It is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tulowitzki's been taking that aggressive-looking lead at first. It has not been running. Still suffering perhaps a little bit of tendinitis in his left knee. 1-1 pitch. And Stewart fouls it away. Edens is being very careful to put these fastballs and sliders when he's bringing it inside. Either on the corner or missing inside. He has not missed over the heart of the plate. Jose Arredondo today in his start had trouble bringing his fastball a little bit further down. His pitches had way too much of the play. There's the 1-2 pitch. Stewart takes it outside. Fastball that even sliced away from the batter, and it's even. 2-2 count. One out walk put Tulowitzki aboard, but Edens caught Bernier looking and Smith swinging. There goes the runner. He bluffs. The pitch popped up on the infield, right between the plate and the mound. It's Porter charging in, and right in front of home plate, Porter makes the catch standing next to Brent Del Chiaro. The pop-out ends the 3rd, ends the 6th inning, and the Drillers go with no runs, no hits. They leave a man on base. 2 shutout innings for Edens. We'll go to the top of the 7th with Tulsa in front. The Drillers 6, the Travs 4 on Air America Little Rock, 1380.
O'Reilly Auto Parts is a proud supporter of American auto racing. From the down and dirty action of local dirt tracks all the way to the ultimate thrill of NASCAR, we're dedicated to racing and racing fans. O'Reilly Auto Parts, Better parts at better prices every day.
Auto Parts.
New windows? You know you need them. Your energy bills are high, and your home is uncomfortable when your windows are drafty and noisy. So who can you count on for energy-efficient windows at a fair price? Sears Home Services. Call Sears now for a free in-home consultation and estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Sears vinyl framed windows have multi-pane glass that may help reduce your energy costs. They glide in smoothly, built in for easy cleaning, and are virtually maintenance-free. And Sears makes getting your new custom-fit windows easy and affordable. Just call 1-800-531-7785 for a free in-home estimate. Not available in all areas. Energy savings may vary depending on your home and windows selected. Ask your representative for written warranty. Products and services provided by a Sears authorized contractor. License number available on request. So replace your old windows. Call Sears now at 1-800-531-7785. That's 1-800-531-7785.
Faithfully chronicling the Bush administration implosion.
Air America Little Rock.
1380 KDXE North Little Rock.
6 innings in the Big Bad scorebook. We take it into the 7th with Tulsa leading by a 6-4 score. Bill Elson with you on the broadcast tonight. We've got Benny Petrie back at the studios, KDXE in Sherwood. Game 3 of a 5-game series. Tulsa dropping the first 2 games to the Travs. Arkansas has beaten the Drillers in 7 of their last 11 games, including the last 3. But Tulsa takes a 6-4 lead into the 7th and hand the game over to the bullpen. Steven Register leaves after 6 innings, surrendering 4 runs on 8 hits, a couple of walks, 1 hit batter. He did not strike anybody out and allowed 2 home runs, 1 to Brandon Wood, 1 to Brent Delchiar, both in the 4th inning. Jason Birch takes over, 6'5" native of Wichita, who appears in his 34th game of the year. 2-4 record and a .453 earned run average. He'll be starting off against Eric Rodland in the 7th inning. Birch, big righty, comes home to Rodland, and the left-hand batter foul tips it for strike 1. Your total boards after 6 innings. For the Travs, it's 4 runs on 8 hits, committing 1 error. They have stranded 4. And the Drillers with 6 runs on 10 base hits, no errors. Tulsa stranding 6. Rodland, a walk and a ground out tonight, and he lines a base hit up the middle on the 2nd pitch of the inning from Birch. Rodland's base hit makes it a clean 6-game hitting streak for the Travs' 2nd stacker. 9th hit overall for the ball club, and we'll go to the top of the order. For the 4th time, here's Nathan Haynes. It's the 47th base hit against Birch in 47 2/3 innings pitched. He's walked 18, struck out 37. It's been 5 days since he last pitched 2 1/3 innings on July 15th. Did not allow a run to Midland and struck out 3. It's Haynes, who's 2 for 3 with a double and a run scored. Pitch on the way. Very high, almost got away. Ball 1. Travs have seen Birch 7 times this year. They've scored 8 runs on 14 hits against him in 13 1/3 innings. He's walked 3, struck out 10. 1-1 record against Arkansas. 1-0 to Haynes. A line drive, a base hit towards right center. Rodland scampers around second. The center fielder Zarnicki will throw into second base. 1st and 3rd on the 3rd base hit of the night for Nathan Haynes. And there's nobody out in the 7th. The tying runs are on base. That line drive went right over Doug Vernier's head at second base. He had a chance to bring it in, but that ball just a little bit above his glove as he leaped. Birch facing 2 batters, Rodland and Haynes, each on base. Haynes now 3 for 4. Now it's Aaron Peel standing in. Peel, after flying out, grounding out in his first 2 at-bats, drove a line drive RBI single to left in his last time up. Birch will go from the stretch. And Peel waits. Here it is. Popped it up down the right field line in foul territory. Koshansky, the first baseman, has a play, and he brings it in. Peel is out number 1. That's the 3rd time Peel has been out on a 1-pitch at-bat. unable to bring home a run on that foul out. One away. Register has faced 3 batters. He's only thrown 5 pitches. Trav's got a little over-aggressive against Register in the early going. Here's Brandon Wood, who was very aggressive going after the first pitch of the fourth and launching a home run, his 21st of the year. Wood has also hit into a double play and popped up. Time called just as he was coming set. Trav's down by 2, go-ahead run to the plate. It's Wood with 21 homers and 64 RBIs batting. This is one of the best chances Arkansas could have tonight. There goes Haynes running with a pitch. It is low. There's no throw to second. And Haynes, with his 11th steal, gets the tying run into second with only 1 out. Colina never even threw to second base as Haynes was off and stole that base on the pitcher. Birch didn't pay him much attention. Infield hangs back. Wood with a 1-0 count. And the pitch comes. And it's in there. Strike 1. A slider on the inside corner. A single should tie the game. The outfield is not coming up at all. They're playing back. In fact, they're quite deep. Respecting Brandon's power. 1-1 pitch. Wood a swing and a high fly right field. Should bring home a run. Gaetti coming in. He makes the catch. Tagging from third as Rodland's throw goes to third. Rodland scores. Haynes holds at second, and Wood will get credit for a sacrifice fly, driving in his 65th run of the year. Smart play by Haynes, holding at second on that fly ball to right. We saw Corpus Christi get burned on the same kind of play last week, where the runner from second tagged up and tried to get to third, but was tagged out before the run scored. So that'll make it a 1-run game, and you still have the tying run at second for Matt Brown. Brown has singled, fouled out, and grounded to third. He's 1 for 3. Looking for his first RBI of the series. Haynes, a big lead at second. Birch gives him a look. And the pitch to Brown is outside, ball 1. 55 RBIs during the season for Brown, but none during this series. Now remember, Brown had a ridiculous series against Corpus Christi. And finished 8 for 10 with 7 runs batted in 3 games. Time called by the Driller bench, and we see for the first time in a while Bo McLaughlin, the Tulsa pitching coach, out on the mound with a chat with his pitcher Birch. Birch has surrendered a run on 2 base hits, but after the first 2 batters of the inning, Rodland and Haynes singled. He's recorded 2 outs in a row. Peel the foul out, and Wood with a sac fly to right. McLaughlin leaves the mound. Brown has a 1-0 count to work with. During this 14-game hitting streak, Brown has 1 RBI per game, 14 total. Still no one holds Haynes at second. The middle infielders play off the bag. Birch staring in, and timeout called by the batter. Now back in there, Brown waiting for Birch. And the long, lean right-hander is ready. Now the 1-0 pitch. Brown swings and pops it out of play. High over the third base seat. And that one will hit the roof. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brown, a .333 hitter against the Drillers with 11 RBIs against them this year. Looking to make it a tie score. Drillers had a 3-run lead going into the third. Travis tied it, but Tulsa had another 3-run lead. Single away from tying it. Pitch outside makes it 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike on Brown. Birch looking to hold the lead at least for an inning. Gives Haynes a look with his hands together. Lifts the leg, turns to second, no one there. Can't throw it. And Haynes back in with no play. Bernier will now pay some attention to Haynes and hold him on a little bit. Second baseman plays about 7 feet behind the bag and 4 or 5 feet off. And that'll shorten the lead a little for Haynes. Now the baseman backs off. 2-1 pitch. Brown a swing and a liner to short. Gets through Tulowitzki into left field. Haynes around third. Here's the throw from Smith. It's cut off and the run scores to tie the game. Very hard hit ball by Brown, but Tulowitzki was there for the grounder. It one-hopped him and went right through him into left field. We'll wait for the official scoring on that play. I think it could go either way. That was as solid as he could hit the ball. Brown hit it right on the money. They will record E6, no base hit for Brown, and therefore no RBI. It'll be an unearned run charge to Birch, but he will be removed from the ball game. Stu Cole has seen Birch below the 2-run lead in the 7th. He's going to go back into the bullpen. And this call to the bullpen brought to you by the new AT&T. AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet, AT&T Dish Network satellite television, voice services, and Singular Wireless. 4 great services, all from one place. The new AT&T, your world delivers. Travelers tie it up 6-6. We'll be back for the last of the top of the 7th after a 60-second break on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Kirk Woolsey, we happen to know that you are the world's worst backseat driver, which means, Kirk, that you like to be in control. But check out ATT.com. You can see all our best deals, like 12 months of true high-speed internet for just $12.99 a month when you order online. If you switch from your old cable company, you even get 3 months free. And with AT&T Account Manager, you can see your account activity, add services, and pay your bills online, all in one place. So that's Kirk's world. For everybody who's not Kirk, if ATT.com can deliver online control to him, it can do the same for you. Switch to the new AT&T at ATT.com, and you'll be in the driver's seat, so long as you're not riding with Kirk. SBC is now the new AT&T. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Taxes, levy charges, and federal reimbursement to the cost recovery fiesta. High-speed internet will credible tied after 3 months paid service and excludes that USF cost recovery and other fees. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-416-6471 toll-free or visit AT&T.com for other details. Not available in all areas.
A new ball game here in the 7th inning as the Travs bring home 2 runs on 2 base hits and 1 error by the shortstop Tulowitzki. His 21st error of the season brings home an unearned run to tie the game. So the totals are now even. 6 runs, 10 hits, 1 error for both ball clubs. The Drillers make their second pitching change of the 7th inning, bringing on Josh Newman. Travs saw Newman pitch yesterday. He lasted 1 full inning, didn't give up a run. He's given up only 1 run in his last 7 outings. The last time the Travs saw him, 3 homers against him in an inning and 2/3. Greg Porter will now stand into the plate against Newman. It's his league-high 44th appearance of the year. He has allowed a 2.30 ERA and a 171 batting average against. Porter did take Newman deep back on July the 1st, one of 3 homers that Newman had allowed against 4 hitters who come into that game giving up just 2 home runs on the year. Porter today hit by a pitch, flied out twice against the starter Register, gets a no decision. Lefty versus lefty. Brown the runner, and he's running. There's a pickoff move that got him picked off. Relay throw from Koshansky, and Brown is tagged out by Tulowitzki. So Newman gets 1 out without even having to throw a pitch. It goes 1-3-6 on the caught stealing, and Brown out on the bases for the 2nd time today. So the 7th inning over just like that. Travelers scored 2 runs on 2 hits. There was an error and an unearned run. Nobody left. Going into the bottom of the 7th as they stretch him at Driller Stadium, the Travs and the Drillers tied 6-6.
Sid Gutierrez had a childhood much like you'd expect growing up in 1960s New Mexico. A lot of sun, a lot of sky, and a lot of dreams about what you might be when you grow up. After school, many of Sid's friends went on to work for local factories and businesses. Some moved away, but none moved as far away as Sid. Martin Gutierrez is recognized as the first Hispanic to pilot a space shuttle, and he's a member of the International Space Hall of Fame. But before he went into space, he went to Webster University. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge, for real-world success.
Here's the wind-up pitch on the way, and you can catch the Trans online at www.trans.com. The Arkansas Travelers has one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Trans game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Trans online at trans.com. Purchase tickets, grab souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.trans.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Coming into the last of the seventh inning, the Trabs have made up their second three-run deficit of the night. They had trailed 3-0 going into the fourth, tied it at 3. Then the Drillers take a 6-3 lead after the fourth inning, and the Trabs needed 3 innings to tie it. 6-6 score. Last of the seventh, Kyle Eden is back on the hill for the Trabs' his third relief inning. He's given up only 1 hit and 1 walk with 3 strikeouts. Joe Koshansky leads off, and in the seventh, the first pitch is low from Edens for ball 1. Koshansky, with a bloop single to start his night in the second inning, would score. And since then, he has reached on a fielder's choice and was called out on strikes last time up. The 1-0 pitch for the big left-hander is outside, ball 2, 2-0. Koshansky followed by Joe Gaetti and Christian Colonel in the middle of the Tulsa order. Gaetti the only Driller without a base hit. The 2-0 pitch. Chopper foul. Had him out reaching for a fastball. And it's 2-1. Jose Arredondo gets a no decision tonight. 22-year-old righty had allowed 6 runs on 9 hits in 4 innings. Shortest outing at Double-A. Edens came on to the 5th and pitched very well. Right-hander ready with a 2-1. Koshansky is jammed and pops it out of play. Down the left side and into the second level. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the first baseman, Joe Koshansky. Koshansky in the first game of the series hit a home run, but he's been held to just 2 bloop singles over the last couple of nights. 2-2 pitch. A little bit low and inside. Good eye by Koshansky laying off the slider from Eden. It looked like it was going to come right over the heart of the plate and quickly dip. Full count to begin the 7th. Here's the payoff from Eden. Koshansky pulls it along the first base line. Played by Porter nicely behind the bag. He quickly hustles and gets to the base first. Unassisted put out for Porter. Koshansky is 1 for 4. Tough play there for Porter, and a lesser first baseman would have tried to backhand the ball instead of play it right down his body. As he moved his feet like a real first baseman, got to it behind the bag, and made sure to beat Koshansky to the base. 1 away. Edens has now sent down 6 of the last 7 hitters. And Gaetti stands in. Joe Gaetti, the only Driller to start today without a hit. He's 0 for 3, striking out twice, and rolled out last time up. The pitch. He bunts it. Tough play here. Edens off the hill. He'll barehand. He'll throw, and Gaetti beats it. And there's a bunt single for the Driller right fielder. Perfect bunt as well. Del Chiaro had no play. It was going to be Edens or bust. And Edens a little bit slower off the hill than some other pitchers. Got to that ball, but by the time he picked the baseball up, Gaetti was already about 3 steps away from the base. So Gaetti, with that bunt single, extends the hit streak to 9 games in a row. And Christian Colonel stands in next. He singled off of Edens in the 5th inning and had a base hit in the 4th off Arredondo. He's 2 for 3. Here's the pitch, and it's high and outside, ball 1. Colonel came into this ballgame with just 4 hits and 23 at-bats. consecutive singles that stopped his slump. Gaetti 4 steals, 5 tries. Porter there to hold him, only a 4-step lead. And the pitch. Swing and a miss on the Edens fastball. Snuck it by Colonel. 1 ball, 1 strike. Game tied in the last of the 7th, 6-6. Travelers had pulled away by this time in each of the last couple of nights. They have been playing a lot of tight games recently, hitting more often than not. 1-1 to Colonel. Late swing and another fastball. Strike 2. Colonel quickly in the hole. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Edens gives Gaetti a glance. Now the pitch outside. That evens it up. 2-2. Tight game tonight. Travelers have not had the lead yet. They've had to make up 2 3-run deficits. 2-2 pitch. Colonel, a check swing, appeal, strike 3, said first base umpire Dixon Sturman. Strikeout number 4 for Kyle Edens. And Colonel just barely brought that bat across the plate and snapped the wrist. Edens' heavy fastball is the second out of the inning. Colonel 2 for 4. Now it's Jordan Zarnicki coming up. Zarnicki doubled in his first at-bat, but has popped up twice since. 1 man on, 2 outs. Edens looking to complete 3 innings. The pitch on the outside corner, strike 1. Seven wins recently, coming by 2 or less runs for the Travs as the pitch fouled back by Zarnicki. Quickly 0-2. That is 7 wins out of the last 13 victories for the Travelers. And remember, they had beaten Corpus Christi in 6-5 game and a 6-4 game. The 3 wins at Wichita in that 5-game series were by scores of 1-0, 5-4, and 9-7. The Travs have been winning the tight games recently. 0-2 pitch. Zarnicki takes it inside. Right at the fifth. Ball 1. Travelers have also lost some recent games. Their last 3 losses have been, in fact, their last 4 losses have been all by 1 run. Last time the Travs lost the game by 3 runs or more. 9-4 loss on July 3rd against the Drillers. That was the game that Steven Register started. Edens kicks and deals. The 1-2 is low and away, and Zarnicki evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Edens came on in the 5th inning. He had just 3 base runners in 2 2/3. Gaetti really not even flinching off the first. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and Zarnicki strikes out swinging on a fastball. 5 strikeouts for Kyle Edens in 3 shutout innings of work. In the 7th, the Drillers, no runs, 1 base hit, 1 man left. That'll take us to the 8th. Travs and the Drillers tied 6-6 on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. To stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories.
Ameripride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. Ameripride features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an Ameripride consultant, also specializing in the finest quality table linens, rental mats, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for Ameripride. Ameripride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Travelers.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Going into the 8th inning, Travs 6, Drillers 6. Third game of the series coming down to the final 2 frames. Arkansas win of the last couple of games. Not really that close. The closest one was a 6-3 final last night. Travelers won 7-2 in the opener. Drillers have left-hander Josh Newman returning for another, well, not another, but an inning of work. Newman came on in the 7th after Jason Birch gave up the lead with 2 runs. Matt Brown had reached on the Tulowitzki fielding error. And Newman came on, didn't even throw a pitch, got the out by picking Brown off. And the caught stealing went 1-3-6. So it'll be Greg Porter leading off the 8th. It was Porter at the plate when Brown was caught in that rundown. Porter, Wilson, and Del Chiaro scheduled to bat in the 8th. Left-hand pitcher Newman facing 1 lefty, followed by 2 right-handers. Bacon batting 4th. Anyone reaches, he's a switch hitter. And here's Newman's first delivery. Porter chased it in the dirt, strike 1. Tried to hold back, but followed through. Remember, here at Driller Stadium, you can't see the bullpen, so not sure if anyone's warming up. In case Newman doesn't face right-handed batters, which he has been doing quite a bit this year. 0-1 on Porter, the pitch. And he let that slider hit the dirt. That was the same pitch he had swung at. 1 ball, 1 strike. Checking other league games, Springfield's lead at Wichita is now 7-5. Jared Hoffpower and Sean Boyd have homered for the Cards as Porter takes strike 2 on a fastball that hit the outside corner. Marshall Hubbard and Guillermo Kairaz have homered for San Antonio, but the Frisco Rough Riders have taken the lead 4-3 going into the top of the 7th at Wolf Stadium. Newman's 1-2. Porter takes it low. Nothing but breaking balls so far from Newman, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Midland, a 3-1 lead at Corpus Christi. The 6th inning, the Hooks fall behind the Missions by 1 game, and Midland just a half game behind Corpus. 2-2 from Newman. Porter takes a fastball high, ball 3. Count full. Newman on the season has walked 17 with 56 strikeouts. Payoff pitch. Porter swing and a miss. He strikes out. 1 away in the 8th as Newman registers his 57th strikeout of the year and gets that one on a breaking pitch. 1 gone and Porter 0 for 3. Bobby Wilson is next. Wilson had been 2 for his previous 13 coming into the game tonight. Hit into a double play first at bat, but since has doubled, scored, and singled. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Newman's changeup effective there. 0-1 the count. Drillers position Tulowitzki into the hole at short. That opens up a very big gap up the middle, especially to the left of second base. The Newman 1-strike pitch. Wilson swings and misses on the slider, strike 2. Josh Newman leg kick. Wilson swings and misses on a high fastball. A 3-pitch strikeout for Josh Newman. Wilson trudges back into the dugout. Brent Del Chiaro announced into the box. Curlers are scheduled for the 8-hitter Alvin Colina to lead off the 8th. Bernier and Tulowitzki will follow. Kyle Edens has thrown 53 pitches in 7 innings. And we'll see if Tyrone Boykin brings Edens out for a 4th inning of work. Del Chiaro is 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer. And Newman gets ahead with a called strike over the outside corner. 0-1 of the Travis catcher, right-hand batter. Here's Newman's pitch. Little nubber along the first base line. Koshansky charges it, fields it next to the base, lunges out with his foot and beats Del Chiaro to the bag, and the Travs go down 1-2-3 in the 8th inning. That'll send us to the last of the 8th. The Travelers 6 and the Drillers 6 on Air America Little Rock 1380.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
AgPro knows your patience. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Well, Phil, it's Clunker Car Night at Ray Winder Field Tuesday, August the 8th, and the Arkansas Traveler team, we've got them. We're the largest clunker car dealer in the state, Wild Phil, and we're not selling them, we're giving them away. Over 9 used cars given away free, and the Arkansas Traveler team is out to prove we're the #1 clunker car promoter in America. Be here at Ray Winder Field, Wild Phil, on Tuesday, August the 8th, and win a free clunker car.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
We'll come back to Driller Stadium for the last of the 8th inning. Travs 6, Drillers 6, and make another pitching change for Arkansas with Bill Edwards coming out, replacing Kyle Edens. Edens' outstanding work. 3 shutout frames, struck out 5, gave up only 2 base hits. Call to the bullpen brought to you by the new AT&T. You can go online to att.com and check out their amazingly low price for blazing fast high-speed internet. Order today and get your high-speed internet at a dial-up price. Online at att.com. The new AT&T, your world delivers. Edwards out for his team-leading 37th appearance, a 7-3 record, 3 saves, and a .492 earned run average. Edwards is the 3rd Traveler pitcher of the night. Arredondo 4 innings, 6 runs. Edens 3 innings, no runs. And Edwards, his 2nd appearance of the series through 2 shutout innings in the victory on Tuesday. He'll be facing the number 8 batter, Alvin Colina, followed by Doug Bernier and Troy Tulowitzki. Phil Elson on the broadcast. We're joined here by Tom Kaiser, Texas League president, who's been here at Tulsa since driving from Wichita last night, or yesterday afternoon. Tom, nice to see you again. Thanks for joining us, as always.
Thank you very much.
Get to see a pretty good ball game today. I mean, the last couple of games that you've seen, last night was a decent ball game, but you saw the Wichita 11-0 win over Springfield yesterday afternoon, so it's nice to see a tight one as we get into the last inning and a half.
The 16-1 game before that, I was there. Springfield beat Knott's on Wichita the first day I was there.
So you've seen practically nothing but blowouts recently. And as any baseball fan wants, you want to see a tight game, so we get that here as Colina leads off the 8th. Colina 1 for 3. Singleton scored on the 4th. Edwards, opening pitch, little golf shot, shallow right. Rodlin has a chance and makes the catch over the shoulder for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out, and Bernier is up next. And you know what, Tommy, we were talking on the broadcast yesterday about all the blowouts we saw yesterday. There were 2 of them. San Antonio shuts out Frisco 11-0. Wichita over Springfield 11-1. But today, we got tight games across the league going into the last few innings. Not a blowout amongst them.
Well, we've got a lot of happy fans then tonight.
Perhaps. Bernier stands in. He has singled, walked, struck out, and scored 2 runs. Edwards winds and delivers. It's in the dirt for ball one. Tom, news coming out of Corpus Christi today that the first Corpus Christi hook in their 2-year franchise history goes straight to the major leagues. It is Matt Albers who gets the call to the Astros. He's now in the bullpen.
Wow. That'll affect things in the South Division, that's for sure.
Very much so. 1-0 to Bernier, and that is up high, ball 2. The Hooks now have lost 2 of their 5 starting pitchers, and that starting rotation has been one of the big reasons they've had the best team in the league this year. But now Talbot traded to Tampa Bay. Albers up to the Astros, and you'd imagine if Matt doesn't stick with the Astros, he's going to go to Round Rock. Here's a 2-0 to Bernier. Edwards gets it at the knees, a strike, 2-1.
That may not be the case. Round Rock is playing very well with veteran ball players. He may very well come back to Double-A. You know, they like to have a competitive club, and certainly would not mind if they won a couple rounds in the playoffs.
Bernier bunts one left of the mound, bare hand, Edwards throw, and he's safe. He beats the throw at first base. Bernier collects the second bunt single in 2 innings for the Drillers, and they've got the go-ahead run aboard for the top of the order. Good play by Edwards, who hustled off the mound, came about 3 feet away from the foul line at third base. His throw was right on the money, and Porter did those splits, but Bernier has enough speed to beat it out, and that's the Drillers' 12th base hit.
Of course, with Corpus, they've also lost Jalen Figueroa. They're studying the bullpen. So, and with Ben Zobrist, who was the least, the man that they would want to lose the least, according to both Matt Hicks and Dave Clark. That club is not the same club that won the first half.
Tulowitzki, the batter. He was doubled and walked today, 1 for 3, and the pitch to the righty hit him. Edwards' fastball grazed him on the left elbow, and that'll push the go-ahead run to second. Edwards hitting a batter for the 9th time this year. Bernier to second base, and Tulowitzki at first for Seth Smith. Now you get to the part of the order that has done a lot of the run producing tonight for the Drillers. Smith had a 2-run single in the 4th, and Stewart, who bats after him, has driven in 2 runs. Conversely, we talk about the Tulsa Drillers, Tom. This is a ball club that has lost their top starting pitcher in Ubaldo Jimenez, their closer in Manuel Corpus, and they're still, I think, trying to find a guy to close games out. Well, and they've lost their starting catcher, Chris Iannetta, also to a promotion at AAA.
Jim Miller was supposed to be the closer on opening day, but he got hurt on opening day, which isn't it ironic, opened the door for Manuel Corpus, who's now in the big league. And Corpus was supposed to be the setup guy opening the season. So an injury, while it damaged Jim Miller's progress, opened the door for Corpus, who was not as highly regarded as a closer before he got the opportunity this first half.
And we're kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop on a maybe promotion for Joe Koshansky, who, and by the way, we've got a pitching change going on here. We've got the delay. Ty Boykin comes out of the dugout, and he's removing Bill Edwards after a third of an inning, giving up a hit and a hit batter. Daniel Davidson will be called upon as the left-handed specialist, with the next 3 batters all coming from the left side of the plate. Smith, Stewart, and Koshansky. We'll keep it here. By the way, the call to the bullpen brought to you by the new AT&T. Talk, surf, watch, go, and save. Do it all and get it all with services from the new AT&T. Your world delivered. We're talking with League President Tom Kaiser, and Tom, Ryan Sheely, who was the Texas League Player of the Year from 2004, kind of had his road blocked to the majors, of course, by Todd Helton, and really they've been trying to find another position for Sheely, but haven't found it yet. But now he's up with the big club, the Rockies, and that does open up first base for the Colorado Springs Sky Sox. We kind of wonder to see how long Koshansky will stay in the Texas League with the season he's had.
Well, I think that they like to have winning, they want to, I think farm directors really do try and have clubs stay together if they're being successful, if there's not an absolute need. I don't know what Colorado Springs is doing. It certainly is plausible that he could go. He's had quite a season, 20-some home runs, 70-some RBIs. Just a question of whether you want to cripple the Double-A club when Sheely may, in fact, be coming back before very long.
That's a good point, too, because who knows how long Sheely will stay there. So maybe we're just getting optimistic that Koshansky will be leaving the Drillers soon. He's done so well against the Travs this year.
When I was talking with Chuck Lamson, the owner, general manager here, owner and president now, I guess Mike Maleg is the general manager. And he said, yes, losing Jimenez and Corpus was serious, but the bigger loss was Iannetta, who was the glue in the clubhouse and handled the pitching staff very well. He led by example, and it's tough replacing somebody who has that personality.
Well, the Drillers get an opportunity to get back ahead. Davidson has completed his warm-up. He'll look to Seth Smith for the big base hit. Daniel Davidson appearing in his 22nd game, his 8th as a reliever. It's pretty well out of the bullpen. 1 win, no losses, 2.08 ERA. Smith, the left-hand batter, 1 for 4. Here's a pitch. Curveball for strike 1. Smith bats with Doug Bernier at second base and Troy Tulowitzki at first. 1 out. Edwards given credit for a third of an inning. Davidson last picked up the victory in a win over the Corpus Christi Oaks on Friday, 2 2/3 shutout inning. End of the stretch. Double play depth on the infield. Was backing off at short. The pitch, a line drive to center. There's Bacon to make the catch. Off of second is Bernier. The throw to second, too high. He got back in. A lower throw probably doubled Bernier off of second base. Rodlin was forced to leave his feet to get that high throw from Bacon. So the Drillers still have a chance. Good play by Bacon getting to that hard liner by Smith. But he's unable to complete the inning with that high throw. So Ian Stewart gets the chance with men at first and second and 2 outs.
Ball came at center fielder like it was moving like a knuckleball. It looked like he caught it a little awkwardly, which I think probably led to the throw being not quite on the money.
I imagine in a situation like that, you get a little rush of adrenaline. You see him off the bag that far. So Stewart is 2 for 4. And the pitch is a curve low. 1 ball, no strikes. Davidson is the only left-hander out of the bullpen, so Ty Boykin uses him as a situational lefty. Yet left-handers this year, it's 39 points higher than right-handers do against Davidson. Overall, the league bats .315 against Daniel. But as a reliever, that averaged down to .288. Rodlin plays deep at second base. He'll cut off a ground ball to the hole. Here's the 1-0 to Stewart. Curve in the dirt, and way outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. 6-6 tie in the last of the 8th inning. Travelers had to rally for 2 runs in the 7th to tie the game. Miller's got an infield bunt hit and a hit batter to put the go-ahead runs on. There were 2 RBI singles today. The pitch, ground ball to third. Brown makes the play. He throws to second, and Rodlin doesn't get there in time. He is safe at second base. Rodlin had so much ground to cover playing deep in the hole at second base that he could not get to second base in time. The throw is also a little bit wide, and so that'll be the second error of the night on Matt Brown.
I'm not sure if he was in position in time that he would have even been able to be on the bag with that throw.
Perhaps Brown may have forgotten where Rodlin had set up. So far away from second base that even a good throw may not have gotten him. Maybe a throw across the diamond to first would have been in order, but we won't know. Koshansky bats with the bases loaded. From the stretch, Davidson, the pitch, a fastball for strike 1. He put it right on the inside corner. Koshansky, last couple of games, is 2 for 8 with just a couple of loose singles to the outfield. Both of them hitting in shallow center. A play from the pull on the infield. They're straight away in the outfield. And Davidson's 1-strike pitch. Curveball, missed the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. A bunt hit, a hit batter, and an error leads to the Drillers loading the bases. You know, the Travs, remember, scored 4 runs yesterday without a single base hit in 1 inning. The 1-1 pitch to Koshansky. Curveball, and he takes ball 2. Lightly low and away. Close one. It's 2-1. At third base, Doug Bernier. Tulowitzki at second. Stewart at first. Koshansky has not had a hit since the 2nd inning. 2-1 pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball to the hole at second. Rodlin slides it past him into right field. Bernier scores. Tulowitzki coming home, and the throw is not in time. 2-run score. Second base open, and the throw won't get in time either. There goes Koshansky to second base. That'll be a base hit for Joe Koshansky. Rodlin very close to making that play. He slid for the ball, moving to his left, feet first to try to stop that grounder. Got a glove on it, but it skittered underneath him and into right field. Koshansky gets credit for a 2-run single. The Drillers lead 8-6. Both these runs charged to Bill Edwards. It gives us 2 runs in 1/3 of an inning. And it was Del Chiaro keeping the tag on Tulowitzki when he slid across the plate. He did not see Koshansky running to second base, and so his throw was way too late to get the Driller first baseman. So it's second and third for Tulsa. Still 2 outs, and Joe Gaetti batting. Gaetti had a bunt single in the 7th. He's 1 for 4, and a pitch outside, ball 1. Such close plays here in the 8th inning have made the difference. Bacon's throw just maybe a half a foot too high to get the double play at second. And then Koshansky's grounded just barely got by Roblin. Here's a 1-0 to Gaetti. In there for a strike on a fastball, 1-1.
Well, and a different choice on the throw across the diamond rather than to second base might have gotten the 3rd out. There's 3 different plays that could have gotten the 3rd out in the inning without runs coming in.
Here's the 1-1 from Davidson. Gaetti fouls it at the plate. A changeup, strike 2. So the Drillers take their 3rd lead of the night. Walking back into the dugout, Gaetti to get a new bat. The Travelers will bat in the 9th. Bacon, Rodland, and Haynes. And Bacon, Rodland, and Haynes combining for 4 base hits. We'll see who the Drillers bring in for the 9th inning. It might be Miller, but again, we can't see the bullpens here. Davidson asked for the signs to go through again. Count 1-2 on Gaetti. High set and the pitch in the dirt. Del Chiaro blocks it. Runners hold. 2-2.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Tulsa has lost 9 consecutive home games.
8. Yeah, their longest stretch since 86 is what I was told by their broadcaster, Mark Neely.
And I think that if they lost the 9th, it would tie a stadium record.
This is a team that usually plays well at home. 2-2 pitch. Outside of Gaetti, and it's ball 3. Drillers also lost 5 straight games to Springfield here at Driller Stadium. The first time they've been swept at home since, I believe it was 1982. Well, I guess they're due, but this one isn't over yet. 3-2 pitch, ball 4, high and outside. Davidson loses Gaetti, and the bases are loaded once again. Both the runs in the inning charged to Bill Edwards, but they will be unearned runs due to Matt Brown's throwing error. And here's Kristen Colonel with the bases loaded. Drillers up by a pair. Colonel has scored 1 run. He's had a couple of base hits, 2 singles in 4 at-bats. And the pitch from Davidson is high fly left field. Shallow, Wood out, peel in, peel there. He's got it, and the inning is over. Drillers scored 2 runs on the 8 of 2 base hits. There was 1 error, 3 men left. And we'll go to the top of the 9th inning. It's 8-6 Tulsa on Air America Little Rock 1380.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice. Education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Pitching change to start the 9th inning. The Drillers bring on Jim Miller, trying to close this ball game. He replaces Josh Newman, who pitches 1 1/3 innings, the perfect 8th. He got credit for Brown caught stealing the end of the 7th inning. Newman struck out 2, and he's in line for the win. It'll be his 8th of the year. And Jim Miller is trying for his 3rd save. He's 2 for 3 in save chances. Miller, whose season got sidetracked early, as Tom had mentioned, has put together no wins, 3 losses in 25 outings with a 4.13 ERA. Slated to be the closer at the start of the season. Injury cost him much of the first month of the year. Miller will be facing the number 8 batter, Dwayne Bacon, who leads off 0 for 2 with a walk. Batting left-handed, and Miller's first delivery is down and inside for ball 1. Now, we saw Miller last year. He had come to the Drillers after dominating single A. As the pitch to Bacon is in there for a strike, 1-1. Tommy Murphy had hit not a walk-off grand slam, but a game-winning grand slam in late August here at Driller Stadium off of Miller. And there's a fastball at the knees, a strike. It's 1-2. He's got a heavy fastball. Used it to save 34 games last year, second most in the minors. Only Springfield's Mark Worrell saved more with 35 at Palm Beach. 1-2 pitch. Bacon takes it high and outside, 2-2. Miller standing 6'1", weighs 200 pounds. He's out of Fort Myers. Third-year pitcher out of the Sun Belt, University of Louisiana Monroe. Two pitch to Bacon. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. 1 away in the 9th. Right on the black. Driller pitchers have not struck out a hitter until the 8th inning, and now that's the 3rd strikeout out of the last 4 batters. Here's Eric Rodlin. Miller's last save came 5 days ago against Midland with 1 shutout inning. Gave up a run to the Crabs on Tuesday. Rodlin fouls one off the 5th. Back into the stream, strike 1. Eric Rodlin now in a 6-game hitting streak after his leadoff single in the 7th. Scored 1 of 2 runs in the 7th inning. Walked, grounded out, and singled. Miller's pitch. And Rodlin takes ball 1 up high. Drillers leading 8-6. 2 runs scoring in the last of the 8th inning, both unearned runs. 2 Traveler errors today. They had committed only 1 error in their previous 4 games. 1-1 pitch. Rodlin fouls it straight back, and it's strike 2. As Tom had mentioned during the last inning, Manuel Corpus had been saving games for the Drillers, saved 19 and rose to the top of the relief corps in the Rockies minor league system. The 1-2 to Rodlin. Little tapper left side of the mound. That's backhanded by the pitcher. Miller straightens up and throws, and Rodlin is out number 2. Crabs down to their last out, and Nathan Haynes will look to continue the 9th inning. Right guy to have at the plate right now. Haynes is 3 for 4. He has scored 2 runs, 2 singles, a double, and 1 stolen base. Yet another left-hander for Miller to face. Caught Bacon looking. Rodlin hits to the mound. And here's Haynes with Peel on deck, followed by Brandon Wood. Here's the pitch. Ground ball up the middle, giving chase to Tulowitzki. Fields it in back of second, straightens up, throws. Haynes beats it, an infield single. Fourth base hit of the game for Haynes. Tulowitzki got to that ball gliding behind second. Looked like when he fielded the ball, he kind of had it on a snow cone. And his throw was just a skosh late. The Travs still breathing in the ninth. Aaron Peel will stand in next. Peel 1 for 4. He has been aggressive today, going after the first pitch in 3 at-bats. He's only hit him after he took 2 pitches and drove a single in the 5th. The pitch, it's in there for a strike on the outside corner. Drillers lead by 2. Tying run at the plate. Go-ahead man on deck. They play for Peel to pull, and the 0-1 pitch for Miller. Swing and a miss. There's a slider for strike 2. Haven't seen many breaking balls from Miller. That was nice and sharp. So quickly, Miller gets ahead of Peel with 2 strikes. Haynes leading away, no one holding. And the pitch, ground ball foul over to the third base dugout. Aaron Peel has had a flair for the dramatic in 8th and 9th innings recently. Most of the drama has come at home, but he also started a game-winning rally in the 9th at San Antonio about 3 weeks ago. 0-2, Haynes running. Hit Peel. It's got him on his right hand. Out. Drops his bat. He'll take first base. The tying runs are aboard. And now Brandon Wood will stand in. Stu Cole arguing the call with the plate umpire Mark Lolo. Cole must be arguing that the ball hit the bat and not Peel's left wrist, and Peel checking his left hand. Miller was a strike away from ending the game, but as he clipped Peel's wrist, the tying run is on base. Well, let's see what's going on. Now the umpires are going to converge and talk this one over. Lolo asked for Maiden and Thurman to come over and confer with him, and they're talking on the right side of the infield. Ty Boykin watching the proceedings from the third base coach's bracket with his hands on his hips. Anytime you see umpires confer after one play is made and they make one decision, a lot of times I'm kind of thinking that they're going to reverse it. Here comes Lolo back to talk with Cole, and I believe they're going to keep Peel on base. He's explaining the call to Cole, and he just walks away. He'll understand that, and this will stand. Peel officially hit by a pitch, so it's men at first and second, 2 outs for Brandon Wood.
Well, he must have been sure about what he saw, because he came sprinting out of the dugout as soon as Peel was hit. Maybe he thought he heard Wood, which would give him the idea that, hey, maybe that wasn't off the hand, but off the bat.
Well, it goes in the Travs' favor. Here's Wood, who's homered once today, 1 for 3 with a sac fly. And a pitch. It is outside, ball 1. 21 home runs on the season for Wood. Even more importantly than the home run, an extra base hit could tie the game, so the outfield's playing deep. And Wood with 57 extra base hits to lead all the minors. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Peel, the run that matters. Big gap in right center. Center fielder Zarnicki a few steps to left. Shortstop Tulowitzki deep. There's a large gap on the right side of the infield. Miller's 1-1. Wood swings and misses. Chase a high fastball. Strike 2. Miller's been on 2 outs after the first 2 hitters, and Haynes an infield hit, Peel hit by a pitch. Here it is. Wood swings a drive to the corner in left field. It's in there, a base hit. Haynes around third, he'll score. The green light open for Peel. Here's a cutoff to the plate. He stops. He goes back to third. Throw to second. Wood gets back in under the tag, and now you've got the tying run at third, the go-ahead run at second. Wood crunches his 35th double of the year, and Matt Brown has the chance to tie the game. Peel had the green light. Then when he ran around third base, Ty Boykin saw the throw coming in from the left field corner and quickly called on Peel to retreat back to the base. Smart idea. Peel would have been dead meat unless the throw was wide of the bag. So Wood brings the Travs right back from the brink of loss. Second straight men reaching with 2 strikes. Brown the batter. 1 for 4. Had a single up the middle in the second, but since is fouled out, grounded out, and reached on an error by the shortstop Tulowitzki, and that ball was hit very hard. Runners lead. And the pitch inside, ball 1. That almost flipped Brown's jersey. Brown,
he's been very, very hot of late.
He has, but here's time called by the Driller dugout, and Bo McLaughlin is walking slowly out to talk with Jim Miller. Brown has had a very interesting game today. He's committed 2 errors. He's been thrown out on the bases twice. He was picked off in the second by the catcher Alvin Colina and caught stealing by Josh Newman in the 7th inning, plus the 2 errors. One of them which may not have really been all his fault, but still not the right idea where to throw the baseball. But his error in the 4th inning and an error in the 8th. So he could erase all thoughts of all of that with 1 base hit right here. McLaughlin made a very quick visit and is back in the Tulsa dugout. Wood at second, Peel at third. Travs need 1 to tie, 2 to take the lead. 8-7 Tulsa, and here's the 1-0. Brown swings through a fastball, and Miller puts some mustard on that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outfield is no longer deep, but they're not playing in either. They're in normal depth. Miller's ready, and the 1-1 to Brown. Swinging a ground ball to third. Played by Stewart. His throw across in time, and that'll end the ball game. The Travelers score 1 run of the 9th on 2 base hits. They leave the tying run at third and the go-ahead run at second. The Drillers win it 8-7. That ends an 8-game home losing streak for Tulsa. And the Travs' 3-game streak against the Drillers comes to a close. The win goes to Newman. Edwards takes the loss. Travs drop to 14-13, and the Drillers move to 10-16. Tom Kaiser, appreciate the time. Thank you very much for joining us today. You going to be back tomorrow?
Nope, I'm on the way home tomorrow, and I'll see you somewhere on the road, I'm sure. And if not, we'll see you in Little Rock on the 2nd and 3rd.
Well, we thank you again very much. Again, the final 8-7 Tulsa wins. Final totals on the recap are next. This has been Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Back on April 13th, 1932, the Arkansas Travelers opened their brand new ballpark to thousands of breathless spectators. In Ray Winter Field, 74 years as home of the Travs, it's been a breeding ground for big league talent. You've seen young men develop from fledgling minor leaguer to World Series hero and experience the highs of 9 league championships. Almost 9 million fans have spun through its turnstiles. It's where we introduced our kids to the great game of baseball. We've brought dates to the bleachers and sat through rain delays with friends. We've grown up and grown older at Ray Winter Field. This is our ballpark. The Travs' new home, Dickey Stevens Park, will be ready by April 2007, and the team's future is bright. But Ray Winter Field has been a part of the fabric of life in Arkansas for 3/4 of a century. During the Travs' 2006 season, it's our chance to say goodbye to an old friend. Call 664-1555 or go to Travs.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with the safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with deductible rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's all, Safe Dan. Are you in good hands?